You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, Don on the beat.
I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops.
so many ops.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Ay, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
Listen, I need that transition between you, the music, and us coming on screen to be better. Like it's not fire enough. And every time I forget to mention it, you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying though?
I can't control that. That'll have to be. You have to take that up with what's their name? Restream. They
I feel
don't
like
do a
it's better
fade
on
out option.
Spreaker.
They just cut it.
I think they're racist is probably what it is. You know what I mean?
What?
Well, I think they cater to white people by doing that because like white people don't care about coming in with the swag. You know what I mean? We're talking about race today, so I need to make this all about race, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because that was like probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard you say.
Really?
Like what?
The dumbest? No,
The
because
dumbest.
I'm just saying, like they could have done better with it. Like they could have been like, people use this service to have a show. Like we need to make it like swaggy. Like StreamYard obviously thought about it because it's not like that on StreamYard.
I guess. What's up, Judy?
Yeah.
I just saw you pop in here, Judy.
What up, big booty Judy?
Judy, big booty Judy. What? Thick Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty, big Judy, big booty Judy. Stop, I wanna see you move it. Yeah, big booty Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty Judy, that's big booty Judy. Big booty Judy, that's big booty Judy.
See,
Why
even
do
that,
older
like,
white women look like children when they dance? Like, there's just like no rhythm there. I'm sitting here like,
well,
how do you not have any rhythm?
yeah, they're stiff because they're joints and stuff. But see, even listen, put some respect on Big Booty Judy's name, Restream. She even deserves a smoother transition into Big Booty Judy and out of
Oh
Big
my
Booty Judy.
gosh.
Like we need, you know what I mean? Big Booty Judy, say put some respect on my name in the comments, okay? Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Welcome, you guys. This is our first Tuesday show. We don't even know how to act right, okay? We don't even know how to act right now because we don't usually come out on Tuesdays, but we have a lot.
No, we don't.
We have
Usually
a lot
have to wait till
tonight.
Friday. But you know what? Everybody was excited. They're like, dude, we're tired of waiting till Friday. So they get a
Yeah.
double dose. And it'll be good for us because we don't have to cram the topics that we feel are important, and we get to have some more flexibility and talk about the ridiculous things.
And there's lots of ridiculous things to talk about today. Lots. So we're going to tell you what those things are. But before I tell you about the ridiculous things, we're going to talk about the very serious things. Mind of Mo is back. Mind of Mo is back. Is back, y'all. Mo's got some questions. I mean, I already told you this. Soonie and I were working, and I'm sure I was getting on her nerves. And she was like, you really should bring back Mind of Mo. So of course, I like immediately started like the way Mind of Mo works is I just like scroll through things on the internet, and then I come up with like questions from based on what I see. So, I came up with one while Soonie and I were talking, and she was like, that's a good one. You need to bring it up on the show.
They're really random, like for real.
Lots of
Like-
really random ones.
Like you hit this look. Somebody just ever say something to you and you're like,
All the time. All the time. All the time. Yeah, that's why we have Mind of Mo. You know what I mean? Dude, by the way, okay, so this is random and this is not Mind of Mo, and then I'll tell you guys what the story is. I had no idea there was a ladies football league. The LFL.
it's like lingerie. They play in
No, but
lingerie.
But these girls aren't in lingerie. These girls are like in cute little like booty cheek shorts and like they have like the pads and stuff and like little crop tops. And dude, these chicks are like hardcore. I just saw a video come up and I was like, dang, these chicks are built. Okay. Like
That sounds like a liability to me.
I wish I could run into somebody and still look good doing it because and like they're flipped upside down. Like, Lord, I would look. Let me just tell you right now, I would look like a hot mess oil painting if you ran into me on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
If you ran into me on the field and knocked me down, it would not look pretty. Okay, like I'd have like underwear up my ass. Okay, like a roll just hanging out
Oh my
sideways.
gosh.
You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't look cute. I have bad respect for that. I may have to get into the LFL. That might be
There's
something
a,
we can
there's,
talk about.
there's a reason we don't know about it.
Does
Just
anybody
saying.
watch? Does anybody watch the LFL? Help me out here.
I think like,
Anybody?
here, let's take a shot. You ready? I think people like Barack Matthew, he's probably watching. He
Yeah.
would definitely watch this and get some sort of gratification out of
Like
it. I
pervert.
think
You're
so.
saying perverts. You're saying perverts watch
I
it.
didn't want to say that word, but you said it for me.
I don't know. I'm kind of interested and I may have to start watching it.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
I may have to comment on it. I may have to start. And you know what? Let me just say this because you know how you laugh at how I do with the guys, and I'm like, oh, that's a cute outfit.
Mhm.
I was doing the same thing with the girls.
Well, you're supposed to do it with them because they're not actually playing football. So I understand doing that.
Yeah.
They're just on the field prancing around. Like, I don't know. I just like I don't like when men come in and just like denigrate what women are doing. I don't like
Right.
when women do that shit either. It's just fucking weird. Ew.
Like to guys.
To women as well. Like I don't
Oh.
want to watch you prance around in a field with your ass cheeks hanging out. I want to see you play football. If you're gonna play football, then play it.
No, I'm more like, okay, how did she fall? So it looked like she looked as fit as she could possibly look. You know what I mean? Y'all, like if I just like, listen, if I tripped over a rock, okay, a pebble, not even a rock, if I was like walking on the sidewalk and I tripped, I guarantee you I'm going to look about 30 pounds bigger than I actually am. Tripping over the rock.
This is horrible. I can't wait to hear what you have to come back and say.
Just saying.
I'm ready for you to watch it. I actually am. I'm actually excited for your commentary. I don't even want to hear it until the show.
Yeah. I don't know.
I need you guys to see my real responses when we're talking sometimes. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh. You're
Huh?
so funny. You're funny. Okay. This is what we're going to talk about, y'all. You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay, so you know Soonie and I were on the Ralph Yarl case. Well, let me go back. Soonie was on the Ralph Yarl case like right from the before anybody else was talking about it. This is the young man who was shot after mistakenly going to the door of the wrong house. He wasn't killed. He was shot, and the gentleman that shot him was taken into custody. There's been a lot of developments with this. So we're going to talk about this story. Yep, that's him right there. So we're going to talk about this story. And we wanted to talk about it just to kind of catch up on what the facts are. We have the statement release or the affidavit. We can show you. We're going to read through that. But we also kind of wanted to take you through how we process this information from the very beginning versus how media was processing it. Because we want to teach you guys how to be objectively looking at things. Like we always want to be able to teach. We don't just want to like shove information your way and leave it at that. We want to be able to teach and impact you in some ways so that next time something like this happens, you can take a look at information the way we look at information. Along with that, we're going to talk about the fight videos that we've been seeing going around. That also is going to include the discussion about the young white woman who was fatally shot and killed in upstate New York when she pulled into the wrong driveway. Okay, so there's two incidences similar to each other that happened. One is being talked about. One has raised over $2 million in GoFundMe. One has, Ben Crump, the ambulance chaser, hot on the case.
Yeah.
Has people in an uproar, has celebrities hashtagging about it, and the other one doesn't. So we're going to talk about that.
Right.
And we're going to talk about these riots that were going on in Chicago. We're going to talk about, some of you guys were reading my stories today. We're going to talk about Candace Owens posting about, should women have the right to vote? I called Soonie and I was like, well, this is interesting considering you have been talking about this for a long time. And people were like, Soonie, you hate women. How can you say this?
Dude.
You're going to set us back. And now Candace is talking
Craziness.
about it. Yeah.
Crazy town.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
see her comments?
Huh?
Like, does she have comments that are up on this on this specific post?
Yeah. I'll show it to you. We'll pull it up on the
That's going to be interesting.
the Instagram. Shout out to my buddy P. He says they're really playing. See, P knows.
I don't believe it.
They're really playing. He's defending me. Okay, then we're going to talk about Fox News. Guess what? Another Soonie and Mo told you first. Fox News has had to settle and pay out to Dominion voting machines. So if y'all remember that, Dominion sued Fox News for not letting them come on Fox News and talk about this whole voting machines thing that was going on. They Fox admittedly didn't think that there was any funny business going on with the machines, but kept perpetuating a narrative on their show and didn't allow Dominion to come on. So Dominion sued them for defamation, and looks like they're getting their way.
Yep.
Then we're going to talk about fat people. Fat people. There is a fat woman who has a petition started because she thinks the airline should give fat people free extra seats so that they don't have to pay for them because they suffer enough embarrassment being overweight. And yeah, you should give them a free seat because, they can't help being fat. So we're going to talk about that.
Right. They can't help it at all.
They can't help it. And Mo's going to talk for the fat people because she used to be fat people. And then we're going to talk about this Pentagon leak that happened on Discord. I think this whole show is like filled with I told you so's pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
But I like it though. I like it.
I like it too. And you guys let us know if you guys like this show format of us doing the hot topics of the week and then Friday doing like an interview or something like that with somebody, or we'll just continue topics if we don't have an interview. Let us know what you guys think. Like, share, follow, subscribe.
Right now, hit the like button. Stop whatever you're doing and just go ahead and hit it.
Just hit it. Hey, wait, do you want to show our new merch before we go on to the topics? Can you please take a little gander over there to the website?
Did I put it on the website?
Well, we have the Grace and Mercy line. I don't think you uploaded the new QR codes to here, but we can show them our Shopify site.
Well, so I'm frozen, so you're going to have to do it real quick until I'm not frozen anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm frozen, but I'm frozen.
Like your computer's frozen?
Yeah, like I know you can still hear me because my page is working for now, but I'm definitely frozen. I can't click anything on the page.
Why can't I go over there? What the hell?
What the heck, man?
What the heck? What is the website? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go to this link here. Let me go to the link. Soonie, sing for the people while I figure this shit out.
Let's get down to business to defeat. Bro, I've been stuck on this Mulan song for like 2 weeks now, and I can't get it out of my head. Yeah. When he says, dang it. I have to think of the song. It's the one where they're talking about battling. I just forgot
that
the fucking
song.
lyrics.
Girl, I don't know Mulan.
You should.
Listen.
Mulan is not like Mulan was fire.
Pause. All right, folks. Listen, I'm sorry.
Don't pause me.
Pause. Listen. I didn't know what I was doing when I told Soonie to fill the time talking to, singing a song. She went into shit. We people that don't have little ones know anything about. I don't know about Mulan.
First of
I don't
all,
know about the
Mulan
song.
came out when I was little. Don't do me. Do not do me.
Anyways, guys, this is our website. Okay. If you want to go shop, TITM merch.myshopify.com. We have these new release t-shirts, Grace and Mercy line, lots of stuff here. If you want to go see it, click on the catalog and you'll see all of our shirts on here. We've got lots of stuff. Okay. So we've got some new stuff. We've got some old stuff. One of my personal faves right here. Some people are like, oh, we only have like one page. Where the hell is Soonie go? Here we go again with her cheap ass internet.
Do you know what? Go get some cool Grace and Mercy. Grace and Mercy.
Grace and Mercy. We got mugs because y'all wanted mugs. We got hats because y'all wanted hats.
We got it all.
We got it all. We got lots of pages of it too because y'all were saying, oh, there's only a few things on the homepage. Y'all go to the catalog. Dude, this shirt somebody sent us and I saw it on them and I was like, oh my God, that's so dope. I love it.
Yeah, it is cool to see that on people. I like that.
My dad
cool.
saw it. My dad saw it. And he was like, which one is you and which one is Soonie? And I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
I mean,
so
my Japanese friend did tell me I look like Beyonce, so maybe your dad is on, maybe?
Maybe my dad thought.
Or twins? Yeah. I don't know. Let's look.
Yeah. That probably was what it was. But anyways, guys, here is the QR code. You can scan it right now. You can go straight to that website I was just showing you and shop away. Support our channel. If you guys want to buy a shirt to support the channel, that would be great. You guys can also donate to our Venmo. We also have that as well. It is somewhere in the middle on Venmo if you want to donate to the show. Soonie needs better internet. I need a roadcaster.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wait, Soonie. So you know how you call me? What do you say when you call me?
Call incoming.
No.
Y'all got money over there?
Right. How did I say it when I tried to do it and be cool?
Y'all got any money over there? And I busted out laughing. I was like, damn, can you like put some sauce on it? Jesus.
I was
y'all
like,
got any money over there? I was like, you just ruined it.
She was like, Mo, we don't say the word any. Y'all got money over there. And I was like,
that's it.
Y'all got any money over there?
She was so serious too. I think she was gonna respond to like, I think you were waiting for me to respond, and I was just like, no, you didn't do it right. Thank you. She said that very white like, bro. This is how we talk to each other on the phone now. It's no hi. Y'all got money over there? That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what she says.
And then she tried it and then epically failed. I was like, let's not put any into this situation. Just leave that out.
So then I said it right. Y'all got money over there? That's how you. So now
she's still saying there. It's over there, not there.
Over there, but it's not there. THER. It's D
there.
Over there.
Over there.
Y'all got money over. Is it over or is it over? Y'all got money over there? Over there?
One day I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna record when she answers the phone, I don't say hi. I'm like, y'all got money over there?
Y'all got money over there?
Y'all got any money over there? No. Cassidy would say, y'all got chicken over there? Hey, y'all got chicken?
As Pastor Brian would say, as Pastor Brian would say after he accuses me of being a white supremacist, he tells me, #do better. So, Mo, #do better. Say you got any money over. Oh, y'all, I can't do it.
Y'all got any money over there?
Do y'all have any money I can borrow?
But speaking of, let's open the show with like a ha funny moment, right?
Okay.
Why is it that these left-leaning crazed balls. Why can't I
Mm.
log into my? This is so annoying. I can't log into my Instagram. You'll have to do it.
Into your
I
how?
sent you the link.
Oh, you sent it to. Okay, I got you.
It's the last one I just sent. I know he's not a pastor. It's just it is this like second nature to say Pastor Brian because
Okay.
I've been saying it for like damn near
Yeah.
2 years straight. It's so hard
Y'all,
to not.
look at this shirt your so-called Pastor Brian's been wearing.
Yes.
Look at this.
This is Pastor Brian actually purchased this, and you guys can go look at the actual page, Punk with a Camera,
Yeah.
which is an extreme leftist. Okay, I'm going to label them Antifa based on everything that they sell. They have extreme anti-police rhetoric, even calling for the death of
Mhm.
lawmakers and police officers. But this one really stuck out to me because Pastor Brian flashed this a um, on a Instagram live
Live.
that he was a part of.
Yeah.
And nobody really said anything. And I don't know if anybody didn't see it, but nobody is calling him out for his like outward racist bullshit.
Right.
And I'm talking about conservatives that still want to go over there and commingle. Like, come on, bro, because I'm going to make a counter to this. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to put on it, but I'm going to make a counter to this shirt. And I wish one of y'all would cry. I wish one of y'all
Mhm.
would say anything to me.
Yep.
This is a disgusting shirt.
Yeah.
By this definition, right? His crew said it was a fire shirt. He's talking about us because I've been called racist. I've been called a white supremacist. So it's not the KKK members. So this is what I've been telling people for a couple years now. Fuck around and find out, Pastor Brian.
His
Just go
crew.
ahead.
You mean Mitch and the Bedbugs? That crew?
the bed bugs?
Mhm. Yeah. I've officially been blocked like on every like thing I have, every account I have, I'm blocked.
Really?
Yeah, so I can't see anything anymore.
Oh, poor Mo.
He
You don't
blocked
even care,
me.
do you?
Well, he blocked me and told me to do better. Because I had made a comment about a video. So he posted a video of the kids beating the kids in Chicago beating that white girl to death, like not to
Mhm.
death, but beating her pretty bad in the streets of Chicago.
Mhm.
And he said, y'all are posting this video and not asking for context, but y'all want context around the Ralph Yarl situation. And I was like, my comment was, dumbass, this video of a mob of people cornering this young girl and beating her doesn't need context.
Right.
Like it is exactly what you see. There's nothing more to see. There's no reason why anybody should do this.
What content? Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mob, dude. Come on.
Right. It's a mob. So
Come
then I
on, bro.
posted a picture of him like with a clown out, like a clown hat or clown hair and a clown
Yeah.
nose. And then that did it for him. He was pissed and I got blocked.
I don't even know who Wendy is. I don't know who you are.
She wrote me and she told me, I think you may have blocked her by accident, like on an angry live one night, because she told me that you had her blocked. And she's like, I don't know what I did.
Probably. I don't know who you are, man.
Unblock Wendy Soonie.
If I hit block, it's not personal. I just am like, all right, you're weird, block.
Right.
I don't know what you got going on.
Right.
At this point, if Lion Brian hasn't blocked you, you are not telling the truth enough. I can definitely agree to that. Can definitely agree.
Yeah. Yeah. This is funny.
All right. Let's give
All right.
let's go ahead and hop into the whole Ralph Yarl situation, since that's what's captivating a lot of Americans.
Yeah, let's talk
And
about
I
it.
have a feeling now that there's more information coming out. This is why I decided to hop on a narrative before everyone else, with very limited information. There's going to be a racial aspect of this, okay? I just want to prepare you for that, because I don't necessarily disagree with the racial aspect of it, but I do want you to read the affidavit to provide further context into what I'm going to say. I think I have it. I do. I'll pull it up. So I'm sorry, not an affidavit, but the probable cause statement form. Do you want to read it or you want me to?
No, you can read it. Or we should read through the whole thing because it's juicy.
Holy goodness.
It's
The
only
whole
3
thing.
pages. It's only 3 pages. People need to understand, dude, because people just want little clippets and stuff, and we need to give full information. Now, granted, this wasn't released until today.
Okay. So on April 13, 2023, at approximately 21:52, and I don't have time to do the math in my head, but I'm assuming that's like 9 something. Kansas City, Missouri Police Department officers were dispatched to 1100 Northeast 115th Street, Kansas City, Clay County, Missouri, on a shooting. Upon arrival, officers located a male victim later, identified as PY. I don't really know what PY means, but
Yeah.
that is Ralph Yarl. Oh, his
Oh.
first name is actually Paul.
Oh,
by the
that's
way.
right. That's right. It's Paul Yarl.
Yes.
That's what it is. You're right.
In the street in front of 1106 Northeast 115th Street, who had been shot. Medical personnel were there at the scene, advised officers that PY was suffering from serious injuries and was in stable condition. Officers were contacted by a party who called 911 and stated they believed the person was shot at 1100 Northeast 115th Street. Officers approached the address and observed the front storm door. Glass was shattered with the man standing inside the residence. Officers gave the male, later identified as Andrew D. Lester, verbal commands to exit the residence, and he complied, exited the rear of the residence. You want to go ahead?
I can't read that. It's too
Okay,
small.
Lester provided a written consent to search his residence to the officer, Dunaway, and was transported to Kansas City, Missouri Police Department headquarters, and he gives the address, where he provided a statement. On April 11th, approximately 22:45, Detective Green and I responded to 1100 Northeast 115th Street. In regards to a shooting, upon arrival, I contacted Officer Dunaway at the scene, who provided me with the consent to search the form signed by Mr. Lester. So he gave them consent to search the home once they got there.
Yeah.
I observed the front storm door, broken glass with blood on the front porch. I observed blood in the driveway. I observed cameras on the south and east side of the residence. I also observed blood in the street in front of 1007, which is another home on that same street, Northeast 115th. A witness was interviewed who stated on April 13th, at approximately 21:50, they heard an unknown vehicle pull into the driveway of Mr. Lester's home where this incident took place. And the witness thought it was odd for their elderly neighbor to have had a visitor this late in the night. Witness stated a short time later they heard 2 to 3 gunshots from the residence.
And Red Pill, I just want to clarify. Although he had video equipment on the outside of the house, they later took the hard drive and found out that the video equipment wasn't working. The cameras weren't working, so they have no video.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read a little bit? I think I can read it now. Can you make it any bigger?
Can you see that?
Yeah. But it's for some reason on this site, once you do that, you can't read the whole, you can't scroll up.
So it just says a witness stated after the gunshots, Mr. Yarl was heard screaming that he had been shot. The witness observed Paul Yarl knock on the neighbor's doors asking for help. The witness did not see the shooting. So this is just talking about the hard drive that they took up here.
Yeah.
They found the
I
hard
got
drive
it
in the
now.
house.
My turn. Okay. So on just joking. I'm just joking. On April 13th at approximately 23:22 hours, Lester arrived at Kansas City, Missouri Police Department headquarters to provide a recorded statement. Lester was read the Miranda warning from the Form 72. Lester stated he understood his rights and agreed to give a statement. Lester stated he currently lived alone at that address and stated that on April 13th, he had just laid down in bed when he heard the doorbell ring. Lester stated he picked up his gun, a .32 Smith & Wesson revolver, before responding to answer the door. He stated the front door of his residence consisted of an interior main door and exterior glass storm door, both of which were locked. Lester stated he opened the interior door and saw a black male approximately 6 feet tall pulling on the exterior storm handle. He stated he believed someone was attempting to break into the house and shot twice within a few seconds of opening the door. Lester stated the male ran away and he immediately used his home phone to call 911. So Lester called 911. He stated he observed a car in the driveway he believed to be the male's vehicle, but did not see anyone else in or around the vehicle. Lester stated he had never seen the male before. He stated no words were exchanged during the incident, and the male had not said anything prior to pulling on the door handle. So that's a contradiction from what Paul or Ralph is saying, the young man that was shot, because he's saying he did exchange words with him. Lester stated it was the last thing he wanted to do, shoot him. But he was scared to death due to the male's size and Lester's age of 84 and inability to defend himself. He believed he was not protecting himself from a physical confrontation. He believed he was protecting himself from a physical confrontation and could not take the chance of the male coming in. Can you move the screen a little bit? Lester was visibly upset and repeatedly expressed concern for the victim. Concluding the interview, Lester was transported to Kansas City, Missouri PD, where he was booked, photographed, and fingerprinted for charges of aggravated assault. Upon consulting the Clay County prosecutor in regards, they advised to release Lester pending further investigation. So initially, when this happened, the riots and all that stuff occurred because he was released pending further investigation. But as we read this document, you're going to find out why that happened. Okay. So is this the right thing? Located at 2401 Gillum Road, Kansas City, Jackson, Missouri, to contact the victim and possibly get a statement of the events that occurred leading up to him being shot. Detectives were unable to get a cursory statement due to the victim's injuries. So that is in line with what the police chief said when she gave a press conference, and she said, we haven't yet gotten a statement from the victim. So that's why we had to let Mr. Lester go, because in the background of all this, you have a certain amount of time to be able to charge somebody with a crime. And then once you charge somebody with a crime, you have a ticking clock as to, presenting everything to the grand jury. On April 14th, Detective Joy responded to Children's Memorial Hospital to speak with Paul Yarl. Paul was undergoing medical treatment for his injuries to obtain an informally cursor interview. So they're showing up literally the day of to get a statement. On April 14th, he was told by his mother to respond to 1100. So this is the statement he gave, by the way. He was told to respond to 1100 Northeast 115th Street to pick up his brothers, which, by the way, I'm gonna put this in here. These are not his biological brothers. These are the sons of his aunt. So this in itself bothers me because we need to be exact here, right? Because when we all started our investigation, I was going to the aunt's TikTok page. She has a YouTube channel, her Instagram, all this stuff. And you did not see Paul anywhere, but yet she was front and center on this whole entire thing, starting the GoFundMe campaign, being the spokesperson for the family. And I was like, okay, well, where's the father? We finally found the father. He didn't have any pictures of the young man either. We never found the mother. So that part to me just sounds very odd, if you want to ask me. The actual address his brothers were at was 1100 Northeast 115th Terrace. So he was at the wrong house, which the neighbors have said happens all the time with people. Paul stated he parked in the driveway and walked up to the front door. He stated he pressed the doorbell and waited outside the front door. Paul stated the male inside took a long time, but finally opened the door holding a firearm. He stated he was immediately shot in the head. Okay, so pay attention here that Paul says the door was open and he got shot through an open door. But the door was shattered to pieces because Lester stated he shot him through the door. He didn't open the door, he shot him through the door. So there's two different statements right there. Paul stated while on the ground, he was shot a second time in the arm. Paul advised he did not pull on the door, and this was the first time he had come to the residence. He stated he got up and ran away to keep from being shot. Paul stated the male who resides at 1100 Northeast 105th stated, "Don't come back around here." Now, the old man said no words were exchanged. Paul stated he went to multiple residences asking for assistance and telling people to call the police. Keep in mind, Mr. Lester called the police immediately after having to shoot this young man, or not having to, immediately after shooting this young man, he himself called 911. Police showed up a short time later, and Paul suffered a gunshot wound in the left forehead and right arm. On April 17th, the detective received a lab report stating a DNA profile was developed from the recovered swab of blood on the front porch of the residence. There was DNA swabs recovered from the exterior storm door of the residence, consisting of 2 contributors with 1 major contributor. The DNA profile recovered from the blood was not a major contributor. On April 17th, he was contacted by the lab, and the fingerprinting recovered from the exterior of the front door. So that was probably the handle, and that would prove if the young man was trying to open the door. So they're trying to get a fingerprint from there. On April 16th, he attempted to contact again Paul's mother. So this is 2 days after the incident. He still hasn't reached Paul's mother. Meanwhile, they're all over the internet raising millions of dollars. By this time, they were already up to $2 million, but they didn't find it, worth their time to contact the investigator and give Paul's statement and do an interview. They left a message to arrange a formal interview. On April 17th, Detective Green responded to Paul's residence in an attempt to contact Paul to get a formal statement. And again, they were unable to contact anyone. On April 17th, detectives attempted to contact the mother again to confirm the prearranged interview with Paul. The detective left a message on the mother's telephone on April 17th at approximately 13:30 hours. Detectives and members of the Clay County Prosecutor's Office responded to Paul's residence to conduct the prearranged formal interview and contacted another family member, which I'm assuming is the aunt. The family member contacted Paul's mother, who advised she would call at a later date to complete the interview. And although it says there's 3 out of 4 pages, we only have that many pages. So let's talk about it.
Let me stop.
Go ahead.
So let's just hop into what everyone is thinking here. How are they going to prove this racial component? Because the prosecutor came out and said that there was indeed a racial component to all this.
Mm-hmm.
It is simply going to be existing while black. Okay.
Right.
And the reason that you really can't combat this is because, number one, it can't be proven, and 2, it's true. There is a negative stereotype of black men, especially in the dead of night at 10 o'clock at night, and they feel you're pulling on the door. You have to be a criminal. That is the angle they're going to take. Okay, listen to me now. And they're going to have evidence to back it up because they're going to use the whole stereotype. But this is why I believe the racial aspect to this entire thing will fall through the cracks. How do you prove that?
Right.
How do you prove that Lester had it in his mind, he's black, he's dangerous, I'm going to kill him? How do we have that? Why would someone who had just set out to kill somebody that day because they're black, right? And don't you come back around here. Why would they then call 911?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Right.
According to the document, which
Right.
is based on what Lester said. Now, do we know if it actually happened? No, because 911 calls have not been released.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now, I want to answer Holly's question here. It says you still can't shoot somebody through the front door. Yeah, Holly, you're correct. We're not saying his actions were justified.
Not at all.
What we are saying is the angle that is being taken, which is a racial component. We have to stop killing our black boys, which is what was, put out there.
Yes.
What Soonie's saying is this was a terrible thing that happened. This old man made a decision that probably wasn't the best decision. But you can't prove, nobody can prove that it was because he hates black people or
Exactly.
whatever it is. Now,
Exactly.
does he have a fear of black people? Maybe, and I said, listen, y'all ain't gonna want to hear this, but when I saw what was going on in Chicago, and that ain't the only video, okay? The Chicago stuff, that the kids that were storming the city and mobbing the city, you could tell me what you want to tell me, but all those kids were pretty much black. All those kids were black. Now, again, you're in Chicago, right? But that's not the only city that's been experiencing that. Like, it's all over the place. And then you have the 4 black boys that were shot in Alabama at the Sweet 16. The 2, I think it's up to maybe 4 people now that were killed in the riots that I was just talking about. So just taking that little incident alone and everything else that's been going on in the world, I don't know. Like, can you wonder why a little old white man living by himself wouldn't be a little scared if he saw at 10 o'clock at night somebody at his door, maybe him thinking that they were trying to open the door, whatever it was. Red Pill mentioned he looked like he recently had a stroke because he had like some drooping in his face. So maybe there's some cognitive issues there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all those things can be true, but you need to go to jail because
there has to be time.
You can't shoot people through a door, and you don't get to play, especially when they're not presenting a threat. You don't get to play judge, jury, and executioner. It's just not how it works. So I don't have any sympathy for this old man. All right, I really don't.
But here's the thing: that we know that he wasn't presenting a threat.
I don't believe he was, because the old man doesn't say he presented the threat, and neither does the young man, and neither does any neighbor around. If he was truly trying to do something, they would have heard. They clearly heard him pull up in the driveway. They heard no exchange until there were gunshots. I don't believe he did anything at all.
But what's the law in regards to if they do recover a fingerprint showing that he was touching the handle of the door? Because he said he didn't touch the handle of the door, but if they recover a fingerprint, is there a law that says that you can shoot somebody in Kansas City, Missouri, if somebody tries to enter your home? Would it now be considered self-defense?
He knocked on the door, so how would he be trying to enter the home? They would have to prove that there was some sort of conflict going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reports of him getting aggressive and pushing through. There's no
Right.
reports of that because he didn't do it.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. But I'm asking, like, from a standpoint of, I don't know what the law is in regards to like home defense and all that stuff.
I mean, I don't know what it is in Missouri, right? But I do know in North Carolina, you cannot shoot anyone just because they're playing with your door. They actually have to enter the threshold of your home, and they have to present a threat before you're ever able to actually use your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be different.
Yeah.
In Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And I could look into that. But from what I know of gun safety, gun laws, you're not allowed to just shoot somebody because they touched your door.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be dead.
Yeah. And I do want to say this, right? The narrative, like the way the story was being painted, the headline, young 16-year-old black boy gets shot for knocking on the wrong door. That's all we were told initially. And that's wrong, wrong, wrong. Now, I want to put a direct correlation between this story and the story of the young white woman, Kaylin, I think her name is, 20-year-old, was shot dead in upstate New York by a homeowner Saturday after the driver of the car she was riding in turned into the wrong driveway. Now, let me just go on reading the headline and not reading the story. Okay. We can say that's all she did was pull into the driveway, and then this dude comes out and gets shot. I don't know anything about this story. I haven't even read this article that we have pulled up here. But again, we don't know. What if he recklessly pulled into the driveway? Again, that doesn't excuse somebody shooting you, but we have to be careful how headlines are told. Now, because this is white on white crime, I doubt that there's much discrepancy in how this story is being told, like there was in the other story, unfortunately, because they immediately put a racial component to it. This one, nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about it.
I mean, just from the little that I'm reading, everyone says he's got a short fuse. Every
Mm-hmm.
single person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't hear about this until yesterday. This is before we talked. And I wanted to bring it up, but I don't like doing this because we are once again taking the easy route of comparing race. We all know why the media does not cover certain things. They don't cover Black women
Right.
missing because it doesn't bring ratings. Gabby Petito had the entire country looking for her. When there's missing Asians, Hispanic women all the time. This is a situation, as you said, of two white people having a conflict. They're not good. They're not. They don't care. They're not going to show it because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't garner um, ratings. It doesn't.
Right.
This to me personally, because I know people are going to take this and be like, "Look, they don't care about whites. They don't care about nan one of us. They don't care. They care about what is going to bring them ratings." This story doesn't
Mm-hmm.
bring enough ratings because there is no shock value behind it. The shock value
Mm-hmm.
is you just randomly pop someone from pulling into your driveway. But is that going to captivate audiences all over the nation? No, it's just
Right.
not.
But not from a media standpoint. I'm just talking from a human standpoint. One has to ask themselves, why do they do this, right? Like you have to say, and we just told you why they do it, because it doesn't bring ratings. It doesn't perpetuate the narrative that they want to perpetuate. So if that's the case, that should make you more slow to react when you see those shocking headlines of young Black boy gets shot just for knocking on someone's door. The first thing, when Soonie said it to me, the first thing I said was, that just sounds like too easy. Like, that sounds too, what? Like, who does that? At 10 o'clock at night, this old guy's just waiting there to just kill somebody. And he was like, I don't like Black people, pow, pow, pow. Come on. Like that. That just seemed crazy to me. So, we really took a step back when we were looking at this. And, so, I think the first question I asked Sudi was, okay, so he's 16. He's at 10 o'clock at night. His mother, because at the time we didn't know it was his aunt, his mother sends him down to a house that he's never been to, mind you, his cell phone at home. That was the other thing that she stated. He left his cell phone at home, and she just sent him with verbal directions on how to get to a house that he's never been to. I'm a mother of a son, and I can tell my son right now, go downstairs and get me this. And by the time he gets down there, he's going to be like, what is it that you wanted again? These kids don't leave anywhere. Like the cell phone is attached to them like an appendage. That's crazy to me, So regardless of all the facts that we just read to you, something still to me I don't like about the dynamic. The aunt being the front and center.
Yeah.
She's a big wokety woke person. If you look at her social media, the dad's not involved. The mother is not. I don't know where the mother's at. Ralph doesn't show up on any of their social media. Nothing. Ralph doesn't show up. Like they act like you would know Ralph existed in their life if it wasn't for Ralph getting shot at the front door. Seriously, am I wrong?
No. We were trying to figure it out as well. We wouldn't know.
Yeah. You would know.
I want to play a clip for you all because I told you I hadn't even saw this clip. Thank you, Julius, for sending it to me. I had not even saw this. This is what I was talking to Mo about. When you gain the ability, right? When you hone in on your talents, right? And you get so good at it that you know what's coming next before they put it out. You will not run into getting emotionally turned up about any of the stuff, right? He's getting all this money through GoFundMe because of the media.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
She's not gaining any money because she didn't get the attention of the media. I just had someone that I have done TikToks with for off and on for a number of months, right? He was just murdered in his home. violently. He raised $475, and I'm gonna put his GoFundMe up at some point in this show. But he's a black man, so this annoyance behind, look, the black person got this much and the white person's only getting this much. They're only getting this money because of visibility and because the story is pulling at people's heartstrings.
Strings,
It
yeah.
has nothing to do with race.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there's a murder every freaking week, almost every day in the black community, and it gets no airtime.
Yeah.
None. So this is not a black privilege conversation. This is not a white privilege conversation. This is the media is the virus conversation.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
why these things are happening.
Yeah, agreed. And it keeps like things like this keep us from talking about what is really important. If you want to talk about it in regards to race, right? Or just specifically issues in the white community or issues in the black community, this keeps us from talking about real tangible things that we can
Yeah.
say, okay, we need to pinpoint a problem here, whether that be character, whether that be fatherless homes, whether that be financial stuff, whatever it is, and we can talk about that. But this is a distraction because, like I said to Soonie last night, back in the day before we had all the internet and this stuff came out like at the speed of light, these kind of stories would happen. We would read them in the newspaper and we'd be like, man, that's a shame. And we move on
Yeah.
about our day and never give it a single thought until, maybe we got an update on it.
Yeah.
But now everybody's like Inspector Gadget on this shit.
I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to make one more point because Red Pill sent me something that I think is I just don't like it. We'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't assign racial bias to the police without further discussion and investigation. And I think that we did have officers, white officers for what it's worth, who did a lot of hard work to get this case filed to the prosecutor, having charges filed shortly thereafter. That being said, to pretend that race is not a part of this whole situation would be to have your head in the sand. This boy was shot because he was existing while black.
Did I not just say that?
Yeah.
I just freaking said that, and I have not even heard. I didn't know this existed.
Mm-hmm.
They are going, and you know what? You know what's going to happen after this? Tatum's going to come out with a video. Candace is going to come out with a video. Craig's going to come out with a video. Right Wing Angel, they're all going to come out with videos combating this ridiculous narrative. Number
Tatum
one,
related.
it's true. To act like people do not have a stereotypical bias towards black people, you're lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We have it towards weird-looking white people as well.
Mm-hmm.
If I think you may be on meth, I'm crossing the street.
We have
I'm crossing the
bias.
street.
Yeah, everybody has it. Everybody.
Like, come on, bro. Why
Right.
can't it just be, you know what? That could be a possibility. I can't sit here and pretend like people aren't afraid of black men in the dead of the night because of what the media keeps perpetuating that black people are and what they participate in. And we can get into that as well because that segues into our next subject. But like, I don't know. To me, this stuff is elementary. This is a very, very elementary surface level argument that gets people so worked up. They do this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
On verbatim, existing while black. I didn't even see this video.
Yeah.
This is
Well, I
crazy.
mean, all of this that's been going on for years now has been created to divide us and hate each other and be suspicious of each other and always think somebody's got some ulterior motive, right? Which some people do. But that's how this was designed. Like, welcome to what they've created for each and every one of us.
Unfortunately, there is a law. Can you send it to my Facebook, Red Pill? I can't open anything on Instagram. There is a law in Missouri that they're showing me that could allow for him to get off from this crime scot-free because he touched the doorknob. I want you to listen to that. He may or may not get off on a technicality because he touched a door handle. If you think black people are going to go away after this ruling, if it does not rule in the favor that they wanted to, in which I think it should, you should go to jail. You cannot just shoot people. there's going to be hell to pay. You're going to have BLM come right back out and wreak havoc, and we'll be going through the same cycle again. Can we do something different? I'm sorry, but you need to take your old 85-year-old ass to jail. Sorry. Come on. I don't feel sorry. I get it. Dementia, he's got a droop. I don't give a damn because I cannot excuse my droop because people my age have strokes.
Mm-hmm.
We
But
don't get
I'm
the
just thinking
excuse of
about,
being old.
I'm just thinking about all the violent offenders that get let out, that are doing worse shit, that have been doing worse shit, that like we can go in this circle. This is my thing. Okay. Number one, we have to observe the law. We have to observe the law. So whatever the law says, whether I agree with what the law is or not, that's what the law is. You want to change it, people, Missouri, fucking vote. Do whatever you got to do in Missouri to change it if you don't like the law. Okay, but that's what the law is. Whatever the law is, that's what we got to follow. Number one, when it comes to cases, our feelings do not come into play. It is facts. It is what it is. If there is some clause that allows his lawyer to say, oh, well, he was mentally unstable, quite like the guy in Kenosha, the guy that the parade shooter, I think it was Kenosha,
Yeah.
wherever he was, the parade shooter,
Yeah.
right? What did they do? They said he was crazy, which he was freaking crazy. That guy was the most batshit crazy person I had ever seen put on trial. Okay. But if there's something that his lawyer can do to lessen his time or to get him out of jail, and by saying he's an old guy, he had a stroke, his brain wasn't functioning well, I'm sure he's going to do it. But you know what? We can't say, well, we got to put him in jail just to appease BLM so they don't start rioting and destroying shit again.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're justified.
Yeah, if it's justified to do it, to put him in jail, then he should be put in jail. He should be.
It says Missouri Stand Your Ground law is an affirmative defense that allows the use of deadly force to protect oneself or others from imminent threat of death or great bodily harm without a duty to retreat. And that's without a duty to retreat means you don't have a moment to run anywhere. It's happening. You have to react. Now, that element of this defense doesn't exist. What was he retreating from? He didn't even know what the fuck was happening.
Mm-hmm.
What deadly force, like what great bodily harm or imminent threat was there? Are we allowed to use our own just not even discernment, but is it based on what we feel in the moment? Because what we feel in the moment might not even be it might not even coincide with this legal defense.
Mm-hmm.
It might
Well,
not.
Well, let me ask you this. So if somebody came to your door and let's just assume, because we're getting two different sides of the story here. So we don't know who's telling the accurate side or not. This old man could be telling the wrong story because he's old and whatever. I don't know. But if somebody were to try to open your door, your front door, that's what we do know that he said happened, that he stated he did what he did because he was trying to open the door. I don't know about you, but if somebody is trying to open my door at 10 o'clock at night, I'm not going to assume you're coming in to ask me for for my recipe for chocolate chip cookies. I'm assuming you're coming in to do harm.
I wouldn't. Make
I don't know you.
You have to open a storm door to get to the door. That's a very grandiose thing to assume. Like if you have a screen door, why can't the person open it without you feeling threatened?
Yeah, I mean, so I was thinking about it this way too, because we have screen doors here in Texas, and people I know, right? I don't knock on their door. I mean, in Texas, we walk into our friend's house, like, hey, what's up? Like you see your neighbor's got their door open and the screen door there. If the door's open, we just walk in. Hey, I'm coming over. Obviously, you know that I'm coming over, but I'm just going to walk in. We do it all the time. So I can say, okay, well, if this young man thought he was at the right house and he knew these people, the opening of the door would make sense. But we know he didn't even know these people. Like he didn't even know where he was going.
Yeah. I think that this is unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate. It sucks. Mm-hmm. But he needs to go to jail. No ifs and buts are about it. I don't think that there's enough to even use stand your ground. I don't see where he feared for his life. You being scared. If this is the case, then we should have no issues when police do the same shit. But I see a lot of you say, well, you got to stop using you're afraid for your life.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know what happened. All of us are
We
still
don't.
speculating on what exactly went on. Of course, we read the initial statement, right? Of this is what happened. You
Yeah.
get to hear from both sides. And somewhere in the middle is the truth. All right? Both sides give the same story with little details that aren't the same, such as he told me not to come back here. The old man says, well, no, I didn't. But they both say, I knocked on the door. Immediately, I was shot. The old man even says this. He says it himself. So to me, looking at this case, this is an old man who was probably afraid and startled because he saw a big black man at the door. Does that make him racist? No.
No.
It means that these depictions and stereotypes are working, is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the end of the conversation between anyone. He needs to go to jail. You had a lapse in judgment. You were afraid. Thank God it didn't cost someone their life, and he gets to move on and be
Right.
okay. But there are going to be lasting mental scars for him as well, because he does come from a family that is going to affirm existing while black.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's another angle to look at it.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to hear the rest of the details. Because again, even though we have that affidavit, it's two different sides of the story. So that doesn't clear up anything.
Yeah. It was a horrible mistake. And they will probably take that into account. Yeah, because he's old. That's the only reason why they're doing that. If this was someone my age, I'm going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But
I'm going to jail.
But let's not forget, like we had that young man in Dallas, Botham Jean, who the cop walked into his apartment. She was coming in from a late shift, thought it was her apartment, and she shot him, thinking that there was a black man just chilling in her apartment. That was a mistake. Or the cop that accidentally thought she was grabbing her taser and grabbed her gun and shot and killed that young man that they had pulled over.
Shit.
But I'm just saying, mistake, right? That's why I say, like, feelings don't belong in the law. It needs to be cut and dry. Was he justified based on the evidence that we can gather to support that justification? I don't know. But
go ahead. I want to ask you a question.
But the way that this was reported from the jump makes me naturally suspicious of it all. Like, he's fighting for his life. Literally 24 hours later, he's released and resting comfortably at home. Like, what the hell? Like, what gunshot to the head are you resting comfortably at home? Like, that's not laparoscopic surgery that I know of.
I said laparoscopic.
Right.
There's no robots doing surgery on you.
Right. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's that. There's the fact that, like, is this woman, like, they're calling his mother, told him to go pick up his two younger brothers. Number one, it's not his mama. And number two, those aren't his brothers. Black folks, I need you to do better with something, okay? Stop calling people your aunties and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters when they're not. It's confusing. It's confusing. Y'all need to clarify that in the article. Is his play cousin, his play brothers, okay? I need you to use
all
that
I
word.
know is that this argument, especially the justification of him opening the door, okay? I agree with you, Mike. We're on the same page. Storm doors are not accessing your door. You have to open a storm door to even get to the initial door. That's, in my opinion, that's total bullshit. And if they do use that argument, be prepared for the racial conversation to take flight and leave your ass behind. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do about it, because they're going to be like, we can't even touch door handles now. They want to kill us for touching door handles. And what can you say? Well, you did touch the door handle. Come on, bro. Come on. Can we get into what else is justified?
Let's do it.
A lot of conservatives are mad at me right now.
Okay.
They're upset.
What's new?
They're upset. I'm going to send you this link really quick. Do you find justification in if someone were to walk up to you and say, "You fucking spick bitch," and da 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 da, right? And they're just like super disrespectful, and you're just like, "I got your number today," and you just
See, Mo wouldn't do that.
what we gotta do a hypothetical. What if?
What if somebody came up and called me a spick bitch? If they called me a bitch, whatever they called me, I would just be like confused, and I'd be like, okay, what's the problem? Like, I don't have an emotional reaction to things like that. But that's just me. Now, were you asking like, would I be justified if I was that type of person, just to pop that person?
Yeah.
No, because I don't think violence is the answer. But if I was the other person that got my ass beat, would I be surprised that I got my ass beat? I shouldn't be.
Why shouldn't you be surprised that you got your ass beat?
You shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised because you can't judge how somebody else is going to react to something.
So look, what you just said was what I've been saying. Okay, you don't get to dictate and determine how someone reacts to you being stupid. All right,
right.
This lady fuck around and found out, and I sent it to the WhatsApp.
Okay.
If you call me now, I'm different. I'm going to laugh at you because I think it's hilarious. All right, but if I hear my mother and another person, let's just say this woman is white, in a heated discussion, and she says, "You black, Nigger." I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. We're fighting.
Right.
Let me mute this real quick. We are fighting. I am beating your ass, and I'm going for broke, and I'm probably gonna be talking to you while I whoop your ass. I dare you to say this again to somebody else.
Wait, so can I tell you something really quick? So when I first saw this, like a little part, because this is how jaded I am now, is a little part of me was like, are these two women friends? And they were like, you want to go viral? Only because, listen, you guys will see, only because the way the camera was angled, like I was like, you're clearly recording her. Like, why you holding it all like, like wonky on the floor, and then like when you kick her, I don't actually see your foot touch her. So let's just watch. Y'all tell me what you think. But see, this is the problem. This is the problem with the world, is now I am jaded and everything's sus.
Bitch, who the fuck is? Girl, I slapped the fuck out of you. You shut up, bitch. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? That's exactly what I thought, bitch. You'll get the fuck beat out of you, bitch. Bitch, fuck you. Oh, I'm about to beat her ass. What? No, bitch, who the fuck is? Girl, I slapped the fuck out of you.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, this is not the same person. What?
You got to go to the other clips. This is the beginning. This is what started the conflict.
Oh, okay, hold up.
Yeah, she did. Bitch, she did. She did. She did. I don't want to hear. She did. She called us a nigger. I don't care. She definitely called us a nigger. Called us a nigger and faceless. For real? Yeah.
Next one.
So there's the. I'm sorry. Like, now that I said that to you, aren't you kind of thinking I'm right?
No. Look at this. Not at all.
I don't mean to laugh. If this is real, this isn't funny. But like, I'm just saying, like,
this shit is funny.
I think
you fuck around and find out. That's what you get. That is what you get.
I think they did this to go viral. Like, what? These are some perfectly staged photos, okay? What's she holding on to? She looked like she friends with this chick, dude. I'm sorry. But there was another one that I saw. Oh, it's this one. Look.
This one. This is justified too.
I don't belong.
Oh, this is something else?
It's the same concept we're talking about.
Okay, let's keep watching. This is the one I said was framed. Hold on.
I'm here. And it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me.
I'm not allowed to eat here.
Don't. I'm checking out. I'm gonna slap her ass. Yeah, I'm
Get out of here. Ma'am. I don't care. You can't bring her out of here. What?
She spit in her face. Okay, now I will tell you something. If you spit in my face, that is nasty. Okay, if you spit in my face, I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna
Go
be
ahead,
hot.
go ahead, ask what.
I'm sorry, bitch.
Wait, that's how my mom used to beat me. But do you see how you didn't see like Eddie like?
Cause she holding the phone. She ain't worried
your
about. Look, she said, "Bitch, don't you ever put your mother." She was tagging her.
Okay, but listen, y'all. She apologizes. Hold on.
What's wrong with you, girl? Sorry. No, fuck you. Spit on me again, bitch. Stupid asshole.
Okay, I'm sorry.
My ass out here fucking. Woo! Y'all.
So wild.
Hey, justified.
I
That
don't
that
know.
ass whooping that she got that day, with the talking behind it, I bet you she ain't never gonna forget that. She'll never walk around and do that shit again. How do we say? Riddle me this. How do we say let's bring back public shaming and people should feel bad for their shit, but then say, "Oh my god, you got physical because listen." You might say the wrong thing to the right person and they on your time today.
Let me tell you what's wrong with that theory, though. See, we make a funny TikTok about it, and this girl, if this is real, nothing ain't gonna happen to her. There ain't gonna be no GoFundMe for Karen over here for her getting her ass beat for whatever reason, right? So Karen's people, they don't get to write the narrative and say, we're just gonna show a part of this clip of Karen getting her ass beat. Right? We're not going to show the part where she said some ignorant shit to her. We're just going to show a little clip, okay, of her getting her ass beat and her saying, I'm sorry. See, she apologized. Woman gets her ass beat while she's apologizing. Nobody's going to question why is she apologizing? What is she apologizing for? But see, this is what's wrong with your theory is
What?
that won't work because when the person that's going to get publicly shamed is Mexican, is Black, is Asian, all of a sudden it's a racial hate crime. It ain't
Oh,
what
they don't
publicly
give a
shaming.
fuck. Look,
I'm
that
just
girl
saying.
is straight chilling. She's probably like, come out and say something. Come out. You're gonna have to argue. Come out and
Okay.
say something.
Julia said, Pastor Brian says, what's the context?
She spit and got that ass beat. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for neither one of those women. Not the lady in the grocery store, bitch. You shouldn't have been talking. Shut up.
Mm.
This is the thing. If you don't know how to fight, shut your mouth. Because the person you're talking shit to might know how to fight and they might beat your ass. That's just how I grew up, bro. Like, if you are big enough to talk, you are big enough to get your ass tagged. That's how I grew up. You
Yeah.
don't just walk around talking crap and disrespecting people
Yeah.
and then playing victim when they do something bad.
I agree. If you have the right to say whatever you want, but you're not free from the consequences or the reaction. You know what I mean? Because you say some shit to Mo, it's your lucky day, right? Because Mo's gonna wish you the best and pray for you.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna lose sleep over that shit. But you talk to somebody who might be having a bad day and they pop off on you, well,
You might get beat up.
you might get beat up. You might meet Jesus that day.
I'm just saying.
You might meet
And
your
people,
maker.
look, people were like, they followed her around the store. Both of these hoes were talking back and forth junk to each other.
Yeah.
Both of them. Well, two wrongs don't make a right. No, but I'm going to sit there and laugh because you was definitely running your mouth. Like, who's not going to sit there and laugh? I'm going to watch. I'm not getting involved. It's
Yeah.
not like you're getting attacked because somebody's just bullying you. You were running your mouth and you got beat up. We need to go back to the 90s where people, see, this is social media, Mo. You ready?
Mhm.
People think they can say whatever they want. And if you have an emotional outburst and you're emotional, I got you.
Right.
Because these people can never touch you in real life. But look, now you do this stuff in public, they can physically touch your ass and you might get your clock clean.
Right.
So
That's how it was. You couldn't bully people over the internet back in the day. You had to do it in person, and you better be ready. But you know what? People got straight to the fight. See, that's the other thing. There was no back and forth and this, that, and the other. Like you just went, if you had a problem, you went straight to the fight. That's it. We're gonna duke it out, and that'll be it.
All these soft ass conservatives.
Soft ass
You
people.
just soft. I got that video is what has people upset with me. I don't listen. If you ain't got no arms, keep your mouth closed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People might not agree with me on that. If you don't have no arms, and I'm not gonna play show the Spartan kick video.
What's that?
It's on my Instagram. If you ain't got no arms, shut your ass up.
Hold on. Is it a recent one you did?
Yeah. You'll see it. It's on the subway.
This one?
Where the dude
Oh! Please do that in slow motion.
Yeet.
That dude ain't got no arms.
Shut your bitch ass up. He was on the subway calling people nigger. That's what you get. You ain't got no arms. You got freaking nubs. And you in somebody's face shouting the N-word.
Oh my god.
F-A-F-O, my guy. You effed around and you found out.
Wow. How you gonna be reckless with your mouth if you ain't got no arms to fight?
Thank you.
You can't even defend yourself.
Why are you talking?
You were hit with your nubs. Oh Lord.
We're gonna get canceled. I don't care. Y'all, a lot of people are weak, bro. Good Lord. You can tell who grew up around a certain element and who didn't.
Yeah.
All these, keep your hands to yourself. Ain't no keeping hands to myself when you're being verbally disrespectful. That's assault, okay?
Right.
It's
right.
assault. I don't care what you say.
Facts.
You are being verbal and you're getting disrespectful. That is assault, and I have the right to punch you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I might.
She froze. She froze. And it's just me. All right, so we're going to transition into the next subject. Wait, why did she go away? I see her there. Oh, nope, she's gone. Now she's gone. Okay, so we're going to transition into the next subject, and then I think we'll do Mind of Mo. But we got to wait for Soonie to figure her stuff out. Okay, so I told you guys, Soonie's always talking about repeal the 19th, right? In my mind, she was the first to do it because she was the first time I ever heard a woman say repeal the 19th and talk about why women are destructive to society, right? So today I was going through my stories and I saw Candace Owens. She posted, "Can you name one objective thing that has gotten better in American society since women were given the right to vote? Please contain your emotions and answer the question. I'm working on an episode and want to read some of these out loud." So I'm going to put up on the screen what some of the responses were here. These were some of the responses she got. But on her show, she said she had a lot of women coming into her DM saying, "Candace, how dare you even talk about this? What do you mean? Should women have the right to vote? We fought so hard, blah, 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 blah." But Candace basically pointed out, which Soonie pointed out first, Soonie did it first, okay, that the reason why we have most of the problems that we have today, that specifically like the LGBTQ stuff and the stuff that's going on in the schools, is all led by women. All of it. Like you'd be hard pressed to find a man in all this stuff. And we said this last week when we were talking about what was going on in the school board in Chico. Women ruin everything.
Everything.
Because we're emotionally driven. And we say that as women. We say that as women because we know. We know.
It's true.
So I'm just curious. I just wanted to bring it up because I was like, well, let's see who starts to talk about this now because Candace has now spoken about it. And now maybe they feel like, okay, now Candace has said it, the waters are
It's
safe.
safe. It's
But
safe.
but when Soonie said it, by the way, your hair looks really pretty. I forgot to tell you. I was just noticing right
Thanks.
now. It looks very like your little swoop is good. But when Soonie says it, because she's harsh and the way she does it, it's not palatable, like she says. Everybody's like, Soonie, you are a terrible human being. I'm unfollowing you.
Seriously.
That's what happened.
I got so. You know who else? Do you know who I'm really interested in hearing from when it comes to this? Anthony Russo. I would
Oh,
love to hear what
yes.
he has to say to Candace Owens in regards to this.
Yeah.
Because he always told me, you don't ever provide a good enough argument. Not that I ever believed him, just you don't provide a good enough argument. Candace provided the same argument that I did.
Mhm.
And fucking go. I'm gonna be
Exactly.
I'm gonna be in my bag today because I wish a motherfucker would say, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Really?
Right.
Really? Because y'all straight up attacked me when I said it. I even went back to the point when women started voting and how government spending went up exponentially. You could go look. There is studies and actual proof to show this shit. Come on, bro. I'm waiting for somebody to hop on that train. Please
Yeah.
do it while I'm around. Please.
Yeah. But it sucks because it makes me mad because I'm like, man, she's not going to get any credit for it. People are going to be like, Candace Owens exposed the truth. And you know what? I love Candace and I love sometimes that she does expose the truth on some things, right? She says some stuff that some people don't say. But
Yeah.
it makes me mad because I don't know. Why does it take
What?
a big influencer to say some shit that we've been saying for a long time, or you've been saying in this case for a long time, for shit to like pop off?
It's called confirmation bias.
Okay.
The people need to hear it from who they deem to be a trusted, educated source. That's what they need. And I'm okay. Look, I'm okay with that, right? I like being the underdog. I enjoy rising to the occasion. I enjoy coming on here, saying a bunch of things that are right and having people fight with me. There's sometimes where I'm like, I get frustrated. We have these conversations, but there's other times where, bro, I sit back and kick my feet up and laugh because I'm like, 6 months from now, y'all gonna be saying what I'm saying, so I don't even care.
Right.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Well, I
Go
mean,
for
it's what sets us apart, and I appreciate that, Birdman. It's what sets us apart. Like, this was an issue Suni had brought up. There's lots of things individually and together we bring up that nobody else wants to talk about because it's not favorable to their algorithm. It's not going to get
Yeah.
advertisers to look at them and be like, oh, we want to give them a show, or the Daily Wire to sign up with you, or whoever else, right? Because they don't want you too controversial and they don't want you too out of control. You still got to show that you can be controlled, and I respect people who know how to delicately balance that.
Yeah.
Because that is a balance, right? Like if you're gonna be in that world, that is a balance you have to have. But I think together, Suni and I have always said, do we care about like being famous and all this other stuff, or do we care about being the ones on here to say what nobody else is saying?
Yeah.
That's what we care about.
It's in a J. Cole song. It's called "The Climb Back." You guys should go listen to it. But the first quote in the song is like, "Are you doing this to facilitate growth or to get famous? Are you willing to give and let go and not receive?" And every day for like 2 years, I played that song and I would ask that question to myself every 6 months. I wanted to do like a check-in, right? They call it a check-in in counseling, where you make sure you're still on par. Are you doing this for fame? Why did you put this out? Why did you say this? Was it for attention? Was it not? And I actually keep myself in check with that.
Yeah.
I don't post stuff for attention. I post it because it's like my actual thought. And I think people are just so thrown off that someone can think like this 24/7. But I swear to God, I do. Ask Mo.
Yeah.
These are my genuine thoughts that I have. Some of them I don't even bring to the internet because I know it's just not going to feel well for me. But
yeah,
Hey, hopefully people will hop on board with this and understand, and then we won't have to keep going back and forth with emotionally irrational women, and we can go ahead and repeal the 19th. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it.
According to Democrats, women do what their husbands want, which is a joke.
That's what the Democrats say.
Democrats are liars. Women do what they want 24/7. They don't care. You know who else does what they want? You know who else?
Who?
Fox News.
Speaking of women.
That was a good one. I wish I had to put a that was a good one.
Look at that. 787.5 million.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but I hate to say it, but we told you so.
Well, and this is the interesting thing about it is why I think people need to understand how settlements work. Okay.
Yes.
Settlements typically come into play because once you sue somebody, which Dominion sued Fox, both parties have what's called, oh my God, not exploratory. What is it called?
Discovery?
Discovery. Okay. So what probably happened is when both sides started to do their discovery for this lawsuit, Fox was probably like, yeah, we don't want anybody doing any more discovery. We don't want anyone doing any more discovery than they already have done. Okay. So what's a cool 787.5 million?
What is that?
What is
That's
that?
nothing.
Two hosts contract? Like we could drop two hosts.
Someone's going to be getting fired. Someone's definitely going to be getting fired.
Right. Exactly. That's what that's about. Is they just don't want it to get ugly, and so they settle. But what does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen?
What does it tell? It tells you that they never knew. They never substantiated Sidney Powell's story, which is what we all said here today. They ran with a false story, got the entire nation all worked up. Half of them decided to go revolt. Politicians locked them up. You still have political prisoners to this day. And now Fox News gets a measly slap on the wrist of just go ahead and pay this settlement after lying to an entire nation for years. This is crazy.
Yes. And they continue.
This is crazy.
And they continue to lie. And this should be big news. This should be big news. I think, we need to post about this on our page because this should be big news.
It should. They lied.
The next large settlement you will see will be between Trump and Stormy Daniels or whoever's suing him. That will be the next one. That one will be much bigger than 787.5 million.
Maybe.
That's probably one Trump lawyer salary.
Getting fired and blame it on Tucker. It'll be Tucker's fault. It usually also has to do with legal expenses. Yeah, but that's peons. That's like pennies on a dollar to them. Mm-hmm. This is about them. Tucker, listen, we already did a show on this. If y'all want to go back and watch that, please go back and watch it. They all admitted the story was a farce.
Yes.
Every single one of them. This is about more than legal expenses. This is Fox News running with the narrative that would bring them ratings. That's what this is. Yeah. I'm happy to see I'm sorry, but even if it was Fox News, CNN, I don't care, MSDNC, I would laugh at the fact that they had to pay out a person or entity that they decided to run through the mud. Mm-hmm. I'm happy. I think it's funny.
Yeah. I think it's funny too. But whatever. People won't see this. They won't see this. But you heard it here first. I didn't even know about it until Soonie told me because I was so wrapped up in other things. Thank God Soonie's on top of it, man. She's on top of it.
When I saw that, I laughed so hard. And I'm like, and nobody's going to call Fox News out for lying. That's the funny part about it, all of it. Is they won't get called out for lying. You guys are still going to trust them as a media source. Holy smokes.
Yeah. They're going to be like, Fox News said. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Fox News said, which means their ratings already paid the settlement. You're just arguing to argue at this point, Deneen.
Yeah.
You're just arguing to argue. We have
All
a
right.
funny one. I'll let you
We
do
have-
this one. People will take it better from you
So,
because I'm just
just
mean according to everyone else.
read this really quick while I pull up the statement from this chick because I want to play a little
Plus
video.
size traveler demands free seats, better accommodation on airlines. All plus size passengers should be provided with an extra free seat or even 2 or 3 seats, depending on their size, to accommodate their needs and ensure their comfort during the flight.
Okay.
And this is the, I guess, influencer, wannabe influencer,
Right.
who clearly takes up takes two up seats. 2 seats. Oh shit!
Oh
There's a
shit.
bunch of who clearly
Yeah.
takes up seats. I'm just saying.
Clearly, or more. So she went in an interview with Pierce Morgan. Are we in an age of entitlement? Plus size influencer demands fat flyers get free seats. All right. You're going to see at an airport near you fat flyers of America protesting for their free seats. So let's hear what this woman has to say.
Sir.
No one should have to endure the discomfort, embarrassment, and discrimination that often comes with being a plus-size passenger trying to navigate air travel.
Lose weight. Okay. You need to lose weight. That's what you need to do. You're embarrassed? Lose weight. What? I get hot. Let me tell you something. I'm going to continue on with this, but I get so hot with this because I have told you guys, I think, the story about how I went to go eat dinner in Mexico and freaking couldn't fit. Like, I was stuck in the chair because I was too fat. I broke a chair because I was too fat. I couldn't go to baseball games or football games because the chairs that are there that are all a certain size didn't fit me. That encouraged me to want to lose weight on top of being told that I was going to die if I didn't lose weight. This makes me angry. Like, she's sitting here with a straight face talking about like she was diagnosed fat, like she was born with some fat gene, okay, that made her this way. Some people might say that that's the case. Go get gastric bypass surgery. Stop flying. You don't get to fly. You don't get to fly, lady. Lose weight. This is crazy. What about people who have a child out of wedlock and they're embarrassed, okay, and they got to pay a fucking ticket for the extra child? No, the airline should give them a ticket. It's not their fault they got knocked up, right? Haceme el favor. That's what I have to say, okay? For all the Spanish speakers, you know what I'm saying. You know what it is.
Petition demand that airlines take concrete steps to make air travel more inclusive and accommodating for all passengers. Whether you're plus size or not, everybody deserves to be treated with dignity and respect when they fly. Let's work together to make sure.
Yes, you deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. But if you don't fit in the seat and your thighs are rubbing against my earlobes as you walk down the aisle, I deserve respect. I don't need to be smelling your funk because you can't reach up underneath your rolls to clean your body. And then I got to be stuck on a plane with you for 4 hours.
Sure that the travel industry serves everyone, not just a select few.
Well, Jaylene Cheney made global headlines this weekend after claiming fat people are entitled to extra seats on planes because they're...
I'm done with this. Soonie, what do you think about what do you think about this situation? Am I not right?
No. You are right.
Yeah.
Can I zoom in on this? Listen. I don't really care, guys. I make fat jokes, okay? Bitch, you are taking up 2 seats.
Yeah.
And you paid for one.
Right.
If I have to pay for 2 seats, no, for 3 seats for my children because they can't sit in a seat with me, bitch, you need to pay for your seat. I have to pay for my kids. I don't get to say it is uncomfortable and you're not accommodating me because I have to pay full price for my little children. They don't take up the whole seat. Should we come with that semantical argument of, well, I don't take up the whole seat, so you need to charge me a little less? As a matter of fact, since we want to do this, and I brought this up not too long ago, since we want to do this, how about I am afraid for my life because you are too damn big and I don't know the weight limit of this plane. So,
Right.
because you're a danger to me in my flight travel, and I am not comfortable flying with you because of how astronomically big you are, you need to be charged by the weight.
Right.
I
And
that's a good remedy, right?
I mean, listen, the airplane, it's like when you have a car and you've got it loaded down with stuff, right? Your car is going to burn gas cuz it's got to struggle more to go faster.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is one fat person on a plane comes with a lot of more expenses. The plane's using more fuel. You probably go drink up you probably go drink up all the drinks, eat up all the you probably go eat up all the Biscoff cookies they passed out. You gonna be asking for extra peanuts.
How you gonna get a free seat? You're getting all these free snacks.
Listen, you gonna
Look.
be how you gonna go to the bathroom?
Mo, we have to do a skit, okay? Real shit. We feel afraid to fly with fat people. I said this on the live.
Yeah.
I want to film something where I see a bunch of fat people on the plane and I
You
just
have a
start getting
phobia?
fat phobia. I see fat people. Get them off the plane.
Dude, that would be a funny shirt to wear on a plane. I see fat people.
You gotta, dude. I'm afraid. Okay. This
Yeah.
goes back to COVID. They should understand this. If I have to wear a mask to save your life and get a jab to save your life, then bitch, you need to lose weight to save my life. Because
Right.
I'm afraid to fly with you on a plane.
Think about this shit. Imagine that bitch going down the inflatable slide. Come on, dude. What if she go? What if I'm behind her in line for the inflatable slide and she goes down and the thing bursts? She don't even fit the flotation device. She need two of those too. She need two of those little oxygen masks you got to put on. You know what I mean? Like, listen. And again, for those of you guys that are new and don't know me, I used to be 400 plus pounds. Like, I can talk about this because I know the struggle. I know what it is to be fat and how embarrassing it is. That should motivate you to not be fat.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. And like Soonie says, she wants to bring back public shaming. Here you go. Let's publicly shame the fat people because this is freaking ridiculous to me. And then you got to come with your fat boyfriend on top of that. So now y'all taking up two rows, eating up all the snacks. You can't even fit in the bathroom.
Eating up all the snacks.
Y'all, like, listen, I'm not a fat person anymore. And I go in the bathroom and I'm like, do. Like, there's not a lot of room to move around in the bathroom for someone like me. I can't even imagine.
Look, Shanye sent us a clip. I think this is going to be funny. Uh-oh.
The joke would be, you probably need two seats whenever you sit on an airplane. The reality would be, if you sat next to me on an airplane, it wouldn't ruin my night. It wouldn't ruin my flight. It would ruin my life. Him coming down the aisle with hard steps and short breath. Please, God, don't let him sit here. I'd be praying with palms clenched. Sit down and you're drenched from your breast to your forehead. Fuck two seats. Lard Fest could only fit a park bench. In case of emergency landing, he'd need an extra large vest. If he has the window seat, the sun's eclipsed by your chest. And I'd be hard pressed to stay meta like Artest, because this guy can't keep his side fat off of the armrest.
That was a good battle. I like that. He brought up Meta, which is Ron Artest. I like that. That. It's true though.
It's true.
I'm gonna put that out. That is our counter. You know, since she wanted to make a PSA, all the fit skinny people, we're making PSAs. I'm scared to ride with you.
Yeah. But you had a point by saying, so should I have to charge less for a ticket since I take up less space on the plane?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even your luggage is going to take up less space because you have to pack. You can pack in smaller stuff because your clothes are smaller.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, you pack 2 pairs of fat people jeans and a luggage. You close that shit up. You close that shit up and count it as one luggage.
2 pair of fat people jeans?
Yes. There's just logistically, dude, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, even if you just take out the seat thing, okay? Planes are not set up in general for above average size people. I know when I have flown And I have no problem sitting in the middle seat. Like that's not I don't have a problem at all. It's not my preference, but if that's where I have to sit, I have to
Yeah.
sit. But like when I sit next to men, like men, they have to have their legs open because y'all got stuff going on down there. So men have to have
Right.
their legs open. So as a woman, I always know that. Men like to spread out and do all this, and that's fine. Like I've accepted that. That's how men are. But you being fat, and I got like I paid for a full seat, and I'm only sitting on a quarter of that joint. I might have a problem with you.
If I get seated next to a fat person on my way home, I'm going to make a scene. I'm going to be like, look, I'm not comfortable. You need to accommodate me. I didn't pay for my seat. You didn't pay for an extra seat. This is my seat. And you are coming into my space. I'm doing that for real. I really hope they sit me next to a big person.
Yeah.
I really want
I hope
that.
so. I hope so too. Make
My
sure to film
emotional
it.
supports. I'm going to film it. My emotional support suitcase needs a free seat next to me. Is that the next argument?
Right.
I need emotional support. Soonie will go from Soonie to Saren real quick. You are fat.
Saren.
I cannot breathe. I can't breathe. I'm black.
Wear your mask that says I can't breathe, and be like, but have a T-shirt that says this is for fat people with a arrow pointing up to your mouth.
This is for fat people. We'll see. We got to come up with a skit to counter that lady. We really do. I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Double seats. You want a seat for free.
What an idiot.
See, and y'all can't even say nothing because the bitch is white. Usually black folks asking for free shit. You asking for free shit because you fat.
I guarantee you if we were to go on her Instagram page, she's probably all about Black Lives Matter.
Oh Lord.
She's probably a cause chaser. On top of being
the ambulance. They be chasing ambulances.
Yeah. Yep.
So I found this story before we got on, and I thought it was pretty interesting because I actually agree with Chris Christie on this. I never even thought of the Florida situation as such, where Ron DeSantis has clearly taken on a personal vendetta when it comes to Disney, and Disney having their own set of laws and separate from the state, right? But then I was like, what's wrong with that?
Right.
Because if we could all have exemptions, specific laws, the way we govern ourselves, I don't think anybody would be opposed to it, right?
Right.
I mean, would you be opposed to that?
No, not at all.
So Chris Christie says that this alone makes Ron DeSantis not conservative because he is for big government. And I remember this being a conversation with a lot of Californians that were wanting, at the time, the front runner was Larry Elder. A lot of people got mad at him because he wouldn't do government overreach. They got very upset. And I'm just like, it's clear that the right is the same as the left. It's very clear. You just want some sort of, how do I say it? You're okay with laws being tyrannical and overreaching as long as it's your guy.
Right.
You don't care if the left is upset with the stuff that you're pushing and that they don't agree with, right? Because you view all of your causes as moral. Well, so do they.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Like when you really look at what's going on with Disney, why is there an issue? Is it because they are doing woke things? Is that what it is? Okay, they're doing woke, but do they still have the right to operate outside of government bureaucracy? And you like to do that? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I always thought it was weird that like now he does something about this. Like now they seem to care about this stuff, like that they were getting like special tax breaks or whatever. Like you didn't care about that before. Disney was marching along perfectly happy, ticket prices going through the roof, and y'all didn't care about any of that shit before. And Chris Christie, he's an interesting bird to me because he goes away for a long time And then he pops up with some bullshit like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I've never liked Chris Christie, but
I don't like him either.
Yeah.
I just think when they have a good take, right? When
Yeah.
they have a good take, I can't sit there and act like they're not making a compelling argument. I have openly said that I don't believe DeSantis is conservative. I don't even like DeSantis. I support nothing that he does.
Right.
But I also don't like Chris Christie because I find him to be a closeted homosexual, right? So
Oh,
my
really?
criticism, oh yeah, absolutely. My criticism for these men are equal. I'm not choosing sides, but I can't sit here and pretend like look, this was the main reason why conservatives were okay with this. Number one, because Disney is woke.
Mhm.
We need to. That is an important thing. Okay? You only are upset because Disney is woke.
Yep.
Had this been a Daily Wire, a Steven Crowder, well, I don't know, Mo might be upset if it was Steven Crowder.
I would have been pissed.
But had this been a conservative entity, right, operating 56 years, independent special district status, y'all would have nothing to say.
You wouldn't even know about it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's so true.
It's not about fighting the government. It's about I don't like this cause, and I don't like the fact that they're able to take advantage of this special status because of what they stand for. So I want to take it away from them.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Team Crowder,
Bullshit.
facts. Team Crowder over here. I just got to give Chris, I'm sorry, but he made a good point. I got to give him his credit on this. Government overreach is government overreach.
Facts.
Doesn't matter what the fuck your cause is. It's
That's
government
right.
overreach.
That's right.
I want to
That's a
know
good
what
story.
people in the comment section think of that specific part, because I'm sure there are going to be people that are like, no, Soonie, they're woke. They're doing all these bad things. They have to go. Well, Daily Wire does bad things, such as not invite people on that have a differing opinion. Kanye West. Daily Wire talks the most shit about black people.
Right.
Just saying.
A racist ass.
Big,
Ben
what
Shapiro.
is it? Big Con.
Ben Shapiro.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Come on, man. Dude, did you hear Kanye deleted his Instagram?
No, but good for him.
Good for
Shit.
him. What
Good
happened
for
to
him.
Kanye? What happened to Kanye? Hey, so I got to get ready. So I'm going to take myself off camera.
Okay.
Go ahead and small talk and
I'm going to
you
small
know.
talk. I want to know what people think of this Chris Christie statement. Do you find that he's wrong about DeSantis? Do you agree with him about DeSantis? To be honest, I don't like Disney, so I have no interest. Poor reasoning, maybe. Yes, very poor reasoning. Government overreach is government overreach. It shouldn't matter. Chris Christie only has one love, glazed donuts. Well, I'm going to have to assume, because nobody is combating what I have to say, that I'm right in this situation. You don't believe in the cause. That's why you feel it should be shut down. Yay? Nay? Am I lying? Am I telling the truth? Government sucks as a whole. I agree. I don't like men whom don't care to see their schlong. Are you talking about his moose knuckle? Yo, I used to troll people so hard with his moose knuckle. We trusted them once. You trusted who once? Oh, man. Well, guys, we've got a special appearance from a very special person. I hope you like it. What the crap, Mo?
And now it's time for Random Thoughts with Mo.
Man, it's been a while. Soonie, can't you come back with me? Okay, it's been a while. Listen, it's been a while since we've done Random Thoughts with Mo. Okay, but I'm back. I'm back and I'm in the universe. Okay, so we're going to talk about some things. I have actually, I actually have quite a few random thoughts, but I'm going to start with my most favorite one that I had yesterday. And this is still baffling me. And I've been asking a few people, and nobody can really give me a good reason as to what's really going on. But it takes me back to the cauliflower broccoli conversation.
Oh
The
my
more I look into it. So yesterday, I'll tell you how I came to this random thought because you guys need to know how it goes, right? So I was like reading the news, and on the side, you know, like where it like targets you with articles, it was like a Kroger. That's my grocery store here. It was like a Kroger ad, and it was like seedless watermelon, blah, blah, blah. So in Mo's mind, I was like, how do they take the seeds out? Where the fuck do they go? Right? Like I was like, where do the seeds go? Okay, so if there's anybody that knows agriculture that can tell me when you make a seedless watermelon, where do the seeds go? And how exactly do you de-seed the watermelon in the growing process? Okay.
Jesus.
So yeah. So then I was like, okay, let me look up then I was like, how many fruits don't actually have seeds, right? It's like if you don't have seeds, like how are you actually growing? So they're GMO, see? But get this, y'all. So I found out that back in the day, like many, many years ago, watermelons actually used to have like triple the amount of seeds they have now. They have now. What the hell? How is it possible? And why? Okay. So here's some really quick random thoughts. If you guys have any thoughts about the watermelon situation, Soonie put them up here. But I agree with Big Booty Judy that it's all genetic now. Like everything we're eating is like genetically modified. So don't get
broccoli and cauliflower.
Right. Don't listen, folks. Don't get seedless watermelon. You need the seeds. Okay.
Don't get government cheese either.
I'm not even going to touch that because I like some craft cheese. Okay. But anyways. Okay. So what about this? So you know how like number 2 pencils are like you go school shopping and it's always like, we need your kid to have number 2 pencils, right?
Uh-huh.
They're the most desired pencils. Like I always wondered, why did they make any other type of pencil? And what the fuck does the number signify? But if the number 2 pencil is the most popular of all pencils, why did they make it the number 2 pencil? Why is it not the number 1? Why is it not the number 1 pencil? Tell me I'm not right. Tell me I don't have a point. Can somebody tell me what the purpose, like, are there other numbers? Has anybody thought, or have we all just been programmed to be like number 2 pencils? So that would mean there's like a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5. I've never fucking seen it. Okay. But why is it number 2 pencils?
I need a minute.
What happened to the first pencil? It should be the number 1 pencil.
She said, why is it called a number 2 pencil? What happened to the first? What?
That was a good one. Let's see. Yeah. It's the size of the lead. Okay, but see, this is okay. So big. So see, now we're going down a rabbit hole. Okay. So Big Booty Judy says it's the size of the lead. Okay. So somebody try this. When you go shopping for your kids' school supplies, just be a fucking rebel and get something other than a number 2 pencil and see if the teacher even notices that you're not writing with a number 2 pencil lead. You see how we just blindly follow things and we don't even ask questions? Do you see? Like, we've all, since I can remember, since I was in school, have been going along with this number 2 pencil shenanigans, thinking the teacher is somehow going to know that we're not writing with a number 2 pencil.
Oh, God.
Who's going to know?
You made me cry.
Right? Okay. It has to do with how dark it is and how hard it is. Are we talking about pencils, Deneen?
I'm done. Oh.
Are we talking about pencils,
Bro,
Deneen?
I
Are we
don't know
talking
why
about
that fucking question is so funny.
that question is good though.
I gotta pee.
Carly says she's peeing her pants too. Look at it. See, y'all got all the answers, but this doesn't make any sense, dude. It's the hardness. It's the hardness of the core of the lead. Like, is anybody really looking into it that seriously? Is what I'm saying? Doesn't the lead show up differently when they scan the papers? Scan the paper. First of all, they're scanning papers that are written in pencil. I had no clue. Because number 2 is easier to read. You know what? Okay. I am now going to go on the search. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on the search for, because I have plenty of number 2 pencils in my house, but I'm going to go on the search for like the number 1 pencil, the number 3 pencil, the number 4 pencil, and I'm going to do a writing test to see if you can really tell the difference between the fucking pencils. I doubt it. The higher the number, the harder the core, and the lighter the writing. When did y'all become experts on pencils? Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. So let's move on from pencils. I appreciate everybody's input on this. But I said to Soonie yesterday, I said, you're not one of those people that like believes that we like evolved from monkeys, are you? And Soonie was like, fuck no, I don't believe that. Well, there are people that believe that we evolved from monkeys. So put a 1 in the chat if you're one of those people that thinks that we evolved from monkeys. Soonie said it's disrespectful. she said it's disrespectful to say that we evolved from monkeys. Okay.
It is.
I personally don't think that it's disrespectful. But my mind of Mo question is if we did evolve from monkeys, how come we all didn't evolve? How come there's still monkeys in existence? Shouldn't all the monkeys have evolved into humans?
Listen, it's because we didn't evolve from no monkeys.
Oh my God.
That's why.
Well, I know. But I think that's what I'm saying is like that kind of like completely knocks that whole theory out of the water. But that being said, next time y'all go to a zoo, pay attention to the monkeys because they act very human-like. Okay? They act very human-like. I'm going to show you a video that is probably inappropriate. So if you have children, hide your kids. Okay? But I'm going to show you just how human-like monkeys are. Okay? Hold on one second.
I'm scared. I don't know what the hell she's about to pull up, but I feel like I'm about to cover my face.
I still got some little insignificant mind of Mo's to give you, but hold on just a second. Oh gosh. Mind of Mo is racist? Oh, this is racist.
No,
okay, so these are monkeys in the wild, y'all. Here we go. This is why people think that they evolve, because when they do what they do, they're very human-like about it.
Is this human-like or is it just like nature?
What'd you say?
Is it gone?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Wait, you can't watch monkeys?
That's no. It's not it's first of all, it's an instinct, right? That anybody that has that can reproduce.
Yeah.
I'm not a monkey. I don't speak monkey, right? But humans do it not for survival, right? We do it to survive, to keep our lineage going.
Mm-hmm.
But humans do it for pleasure.
Right. That's what
Like
makes us different.
monkeys aren't thinking, trying to get my rocks off real quick.
See, but I
Monkeys don't
disagree with you.
seduce. Where are they seducing anybody?
Well, because I've been at the zoo and there's been like boy monkeys and they're like jerking off themselves.
Right, but is that instinct or is that a desire?
I don't know.
I think it's instinct.
Is it instinct for men
To get hard?
to
Sure.
to
That's
masturbate?
natural. No, I don't think that's instinctual at all. I think that's a very lazy, easy way to do something.
Hmm.
I think masturbation is impulsive. So no, I don't
Yeah.
find that to be a human trait. No.
We definitely have to dive into this topic a little bit more, but let's continue on because Soonie doesn't want to see any more animal zoo porn. Okay, so you guys have probably heard me before talk about how stupid the English language is. I don't get it sometimes. I don't understand what the people that invented the English language were smoking when they were like, well, let's just put letters in there that don't have sounds. Okay? Like,
Okay.
fuck it. Like, in Spanish, you pretty much have a sound and a purpose for every letter in the word.
Hmm.
Now, in the English language, the word scent, SCENT. Can somebody please tell me in that word which letter is the silent word or the silent letter, considering they both have the same sound? The S and the C both make the S sound. So, which letter in the word scent is the silent one?
The C.
By what reasoning? Because you always just pronounce the first letter. That's the rule. Like you pronounce the first letter in the word, and anything after
I
that
think
that's
it was
not needed.
yeah. It was probably just to differentiate both of the words.
There's
Like
another
the
one.
C is silent because there's an S there, and you don't put S in T because that's not sent. You're like
Hmm.
that's the past tense of sending something. You sent
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
versus a scent, which is something that you smell. So
So when you drop the S in the word scent, it's now scent, CENT. Like I
yeah.
have 1 cent. Now all of a sudden the C has a sound.
Well, C makes a sound, but it just doesn't make a sound in that specific word.
Or are you supposed to be elongating the S? Because you got 2 letters worth of sounds and you're like, scent. Okay. Somebody said possum, opossum, pneumonia, knife. Look at all this stupid shit. Knee, knowledge, stupid ass English language. Okay.
But without,
Dumb.
oh Lord, active shooter in the chat. What up, Uncle said?
What up, Uncle said?
If you put
He came to see the
knowledge
wig.
there, right? It won't be knowledge anymore. If you erase the K, it'll be knowledge.
Can we just use letters that have a purpose and then we don't have to figure it? This is why our kids are illiterate. Because you got to like
I
explain stupid shit like this.
Well, the English language is very complex. We have words that have double and like dual meaning. So I don't think it's stupid. I just actually think it's kind of cool that you can say one word for multiple things spelled differently.
I don't. Okay. The favorite 5 letter word Q.
Q.
Queue. Much
Yeah.
like in my name, Monique makes no fucking sense. But why does the word Q, or like I'm putting it in the Q,
Hmm.
spelled the way I just spelled it, instead of just saying, well, why don't we just put the letter Q since it in itself makes the word sound?
I don't because it's a letter. You use letters to spell. I don't like I get what you're saying, but it's like it's a letter. Letters make sounds and you can write out the sounds of the letter. So
It's so dumb.
why is it dumb?
It's just dumb. Like if I wanted people to succeed in society and I was like, I'm going to invent a word in the dictionary and that's Q and it stands for like the Q in the system, right? Like whatever Q fucking means, not Q with the foil hats. I'm going to set people up for success by making it easy and just being like, well, the letter Q already makes the sound of the word in its entirety. So why bother with putting letters in there that you don't even sound out? That's like saying I'm going to cook a cake and put some extra fucking ingredients in there that I don't need. Like, why?
Because you want the cake to like taste extra good or be moist
But
or
it doesn't do anything for
stand
the
out.
word. It doesn't do anything for the word other than make it difficult for people to spell because it doesn't have a freaking rhyme or reason on how it sounds.
I'm biased on this. I like the
Okay.
English language.
All right.
I'm biased on this.
Okay.
I do think that there are some unnecessary words, yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool that we have words that have multiple, like red and red, right? The color
Mhm.
red, RED.
Mhm.
But then you have a past tense of read, which is red. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't?
Uh,
No.
no. What I do think is cool is imagine if everybody in the world that lived by a body of water, I would say an ocean, lined up along that ocean, wherever they were at, and everybody jumped in at the same time. Like, do you think we would have a massive tidal wave tsunami if that happened? Like,
Is that another mind of Mo question?
right. Would that be amazing?
That would kind of be cool to see what would happen. I think a lot of people would drown though.
Do you think we would drain the oceans? Do you think like it would be such a big splash if everybody did it all at
No.
once that it would just be like,
No. Not at all. If anything, it'll be a ripple. We're not big enough. Even whales who are much bigger than we are don't make that kind of effect. The ocean is fucking vast, dude. We've only explored I think 10% of the ocean.
yeah,
10?
yeah.
No, I don't see that happening. I think it'll make a nice ripple effect that might be seen from space. Allegedly.
Got it. Got it. Okay, this is my last question. I have other questions, but I feel like they're not as significant as this one.
Okay.
So, my son needed to glue something the other day, right? And he needed like crazy glue. And I like got the glue on my hands, and the outside of the crazy glue is the same like material as it is on the inside. I could see it's like a silver little aluminum thing, right?
Mhm.
So my finger was stuck to the outside. And I
Mhm.
was like, why doesn't the glue stick to the inside? Like, how does it just freely fall? Like, how does it just freely fall out of the thing? Like, you just drip, 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 drip. No problem. It doesn't dry, it doesn't glue. But I could glue myself to the thing, but the glue doesn't stick to the inside of the container.
There's no oxygen in there.
Is that what it is?
Well, when
Even when
things
I
hit
open it up?
oxygen, it has a chemical reaction. If you left it open, it wouldn't remain a liquid. It would get hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It would. That's happened before. So you're saying it's by mere the exposure to oxygen that activates the stickiness.
Yeah. There's a concoction put together. It's a chemical reaction. It's just not happening the way you would expect a chemical reaction. Like fire, right? Those are all natural elements, earth, wind, fire. You need wind, you need oxygen to even have a fire, or else
Uh-huh.
the fire doesn't work. So, in order for something to stick, you need oxygen. It's a chemical reaction. So, no, it's not going to do anything within the container because there's no oxygen. It's closed, like you close it.
Yeah.
But when you open it back up, if you notice at the very top that has been exposed to oxygen or air, it's hard.
Yeah. So if I was like underwater in a pool and I opened up one of those things, and just like squirted out glue, it wouldn't, what would it do?
And wait a minute, ask your question again.
So like if I was like underwater, I might have to try this summer. If I was like underwater and I just took like 2 containers of like crazy glue and just like squirted it out underwater and then like went and tried to like grab whatever the liquid was, would it stick to me underwater or no because there's no oxygen?
When your hands come up, if you still have it on your hand, yeah. But you're going to,
Wild.
yeah, that would be really dumb. to do. Don't ever do that.
Y'all are about to see a post emo in the emergency room because I'm like,
Yeah, because your eyelids are shut because you just expose it to the water, right? And you can't control where it goes in the water.
Yeah.
Your whole insides are gonna be fucking super glued. No. She said if I did this in the water.
I was just, no, I was just thinking he's trying to grab it. You know what I mean? Like I was just, it's like a
No.
science. It's like a science experiment. You know?
I actually like you as a friend. All right, I love you. Please don't do anything like
Yeah.
that. I would be mortified if Dave called me and was like, Mo got super glue in her eyes because she got in the water. I'd be like, what the? I would be so mad. Like, what the
He
fuck
got
you
super
doing?
glue in my eyes. I was like, I come to the show and I'm like, Soonie, I can't see. My eyes are super glued shut. I'm like
This is
I'm the
no.
new Gorilla Glue girl. Yeah, that would be me.
Yo,
Yeah.
people in the comment section.
What do they say? You
People
had
in the comment section, they're like, bruh, oh my god.
He said no oxygen in water. Mo, it's called H2O. Then
H2O.
why can't we breathe?
Because there's another compound. The O, okay. The
This is why.
hydrogen. Can you breathe in hydrogen?
I don't know. I don't even know
No.
really how to identify where hydrogen exists except for in a balloon. Hey, while I give one last, because I said that was going to be my last, but I'll give one last. Take a vote for what your favorite Mind of Mo question was tonight in the chat. Was it the question about how do they get rid of the seeds in the water? What? Oh shit! Was it was it how they get rid of the seeds in the watermelons? Was it the evolution question about if we evolved from monkeys? Why do monkeys even exist? Is it the number 2 pencil? Okay, why is the number 2 pencil not the number 1 pencil if it's the most important, most commonly used pencil? The one that we were just talking about was super glue. And last but not least, so I was at the grocery store.
Okay, I'm listening.
I was at the grocery store and there was I always like when it comes to cleaning, because I love to clean, there was a cleaning product I hadn't seen before. I hadn't even seen the brand before. Can't even remember what it was called. It was like a really nice package, but it said new and improved. And I was like, I've never even heard of this. So I get that it's new, but how do you improve on something that's just brand new? Like it's never been out. So how is it already improved? Y'all see how they play us though?
Can I
Right?
listen? It's marketing strategy.
Sure is.
Hey, y'all. Hey, you guys enjoy these things though. I do too.
Did you like the? But which one? So who are people voting for? Some people actually voted for the super glue.
Do you really think there's hydrogen inside of balloons?
Well, it's not hydrogen. What is it? It's helium. That's what it is.
Everybody was like, bro, what the fuck you trying to do with hydrogen in a balloon?
I don't know. What is
Everybody
hydrogen
likes
used
it.
for?
All right, so you got the number 2 pencils coming in like crazy.
Okay.
Super glue. It's between the super glue and the number 2 pencil.
Okay. So they like that okay. Well, wow, that's interesting. I would have thought those seedless watermelons would have really baffled everybody. I'm still pondering. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm still pondering about seedless watermelons because I just want to know where the seeds go when you take them out of the watermelon.
They just don't grow inside because they're genetically modified.
Then how the hell does the watermelon grow with no seeds? Is she frozen or did I really stump her this time? She's frozen. Okay. So again, you guys, I say to you, if you are taking the seeds out of the watermelon, Okay. Number one, how are you doing that? How are you like telling the watermelon to grow without the watermelon? But at the same time, if there's no seeds, what is the watermelon growing off of?
This seed that has been genetically modified and told the plant and all the things that are inside don't create seeds. So it's not real. It's like broccoli is not real, but it grows from something because it's been genetically altered.
You know how I always forget things like when we're talking? Like we'll be talking
Yes.
and then I'll be like, Soonie, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yes.
Where do you think, since everybody in the chat is like a freaking scientist tonight, where do you think the thought actually goes when you forget it?
From out of your conscience, it's still there. It's just not at the forefront of your mind.
But what do you think happens like when the thought is actually like, I'm literally like, oh, I got to, like you're talking and I'm like, oh, I got to tell Soonie this. And then all of a sudden I get my chance to come in and talk and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Where does the thought, like brain wise, where does it freaking go? Like what is happening? Somebody needs to study that. Like where does the thought go when you forget a thought?
I don't know. I think it goes to your, I mean, I don't know. I think you're thinking of these things as like physically tangible things that you can, like, there is no, like, did I know a study to show, like, hey, you've lost a thought. Now let's see where, like, it's not in your brain and it's like, hey, I got this thought here, but it's gone.
Yeah.
Where did
it go?
It's just gone. I don't know where it
Hey,
went.
does anybody have a relative that died that wore braces?
Braces?
Yeah, braces.
I don't
If
think
you have
so.
in the chat, if you know somebody who died who wore braces, chime in the chat. My question is, when you die and you're somebody who wears braces, do they bury you with the braces or do they take the braces off? Especially if you haven't paid for them. Like, let's say you're on a payment plan with the dentist. Like, does he want them back?
This is what I
Like,
go through, y'all.
you think people be laying up in the coffin like with the braces?
I've never
Do you
had
think about
these
that?
thoughts. No, like never. No, I've never thought. Yeah, no. That's an original Mo thought. For
It
sure.
really is because then think about it, like when their body disintegrates, like if they have like fake knees or like fake hips, when their body disintegrates, you're gonna see all the fake parts they had in their braces. Listen, she said they don't repo braces, Mo. They aren't recycled. Why not? You can't recycle. You can't take somebody's braces and put them on somebody else. Like you can't just bend them.
And do what with it? You realize everything can't be recycled, right?
No, I don't, because I would think if, let's just say somebody gets their braces taken off, that you can refurb the braces and then like put them back together for somebody else's mouth.
You did not just say that. You do know that everything can't be recycled, right? Like you know that.
I didn't know that.
So where do you think the recycle goes?
What, of the braces?
No, of like just in general. Do you think what you recycle is actually getting recycled?
Yeah. What? Where's it going? Please don't do this to me. You did this to me with broccoli. What are you going to tell me? That stuff that like it's pointless to recycle because it's not actually getting recycled?
Because it's not getting recycled. Do you know who buys our garbage?
Who? China?
India. Do you ever see the mountains of trash that they have because they buy our we have to dump our recycling somewhere because it does not recycle. Like, you ever wonder why if you put a McDonald's top, right, and you stick it on the street and you just leave it there, do you ever wonder why it's still there a year later? Because it doesn't degrade. It doesn't do anything. It just exists. It's there. You're not recycling.
So why do they want you to put your recycling stuff?
Because it's money.
By the
They
side.
found a way to market trash.
I'm glad I listen. Here's the time for me to tell you I don't recycle. I just don't do it. I don't fucking recycle. I'm sorry, guys. I throw my cans in with everything else.
I'm gonna send you a documentary.
Big Booty Judy says when her daughter's braces came off, they went in the trash. Okay. Do they just cut them into pieces?
Yeah, because it can't be recycled. They sell everything that you. This is what I mean, right? You could be doing your own recycling and selling, but corporations have said, you guys are going to throw all this shit away anyway, so recycle it, and then we'll collect it, and then we'll go make a profit off of it and sell it to major countries. But you're about 10%, probably even less than that. 10% of what you actually recycle is getting recycled. Like, half of that shit in there that you throw in there does not get recycled. Those stupid ass plastic bottle caps. These don't recycle.
That part doesn't.
They just exist. They don't go anywhere. This bottle is not recyclable. This is going to exist forever. And if you try to melt it down, you know what happens? It creates poison in the atmosphere. You can't burn plastic. Yeah.
Well,
I feel like Mo just learned a whole section of life that she didn't know.
I do too, because like this happened with broccoli, and it's never been the same for me ever since you guys told me about broccoli and cauliflower. I can't eat it and not think about that.
Well, then you should be throwing watermelon out as well.
No, I can't do that. Soonie, I know that you don't like watermelon, but like I love watermelon.
It's genetically modified.
But I love watermelon.
I'm gonna buy you a seedless watermelon and be like, look, this is man-made, and you're about to eat it.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, okay? So you know how black folks like watermelon chicken, okay?
No,
we all. Yeah, well, you don't, but for the most part, okay.
I'm not black.
Okay, but we already know that now. We know they're modifying the watermelons, right? And we know that they modify chicken. So like I told you the other day, I was like, the bigger and juicier the chicken, the more hormones it's been pumped into. So like really when you go to the store and get one of those whole chickens, you want to get like the smaller one because that's going to be the one that has less artificial shit in it. But when you think about it, maybe they have been like slowly controlling the minds of black folks through watermelon and fried chicken, through the chemicals that they use. I don't know.
Well, then that would have to impact a large portion of America because they eat the same genetically modified chicken and watermelon as black people do.
How do you know?
Because I've been like black for 32 years, and there's a good portion of my family that doesn't eat watermelon.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you would think I'd be screwed up, but I'm perfectly fine, and I love fried chicken and watermelon. And I don't want to hear any cracks about that. By the way, I do know about sunflower oil. I don't use it. I try not to do very many oils at all.
I'm gonna mess Mo's life up with meat. Ready? I'm gonna have her watch Earthling.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Actually, what I do is instead of oils, I save bacon grease and the grease from like a steak. And that's what I use. Flavor and oil and fat.
Someone said, "Are you perfectly fine?" With these
Birdman.
Why is it? No, I'm never gonna forget that shit. You need to clip that.
What?
Why
the pencil?
is it number 2 pencil, not number 1, and it's number 2?
Okay, I will do that. See, Birdman, this is the problem. I try to open myself up and be vulnerable and just like pose questions that maybe some of you guys have been thinking. And then I get shamed and made to feel like I'm just like a dingbat. And these are like legit questions that I have.
She tried to appeal to emotion on you. You're going to shame me? Ugh.
Yeah.
So you don't believe any question is stupid?
No, I don't think any question is stupid. I think
Shit.
I'm willing to bet there are people in this chat that maybe hear things on a daily basis or have seen things and like they literally have a question about it, but they're afraid to ask it. It's like Soonie, like, like when you use big words sometimes that I don't understand.
Yes.
Dude, Soonie be using some advanced vocabulary on me sometimes. And I'm just like, what does that mean? I'm not too proud to say I don't know what something means. Like, I'm not one of those people that will pretend to know what something means. Like, I will just be like, I don't know what that means.
Why not? Tribe questions are stupid. Those
Why not
questions were
tribe?
dumb. You missed it. It was a live I
Oh.
did with Bryson.
Oh.
Shame. I agree with. Listen, I personally believe in dumb questions. I just think her questions are funny. Like, the stuff you say is just funny. And it doesn't even annoy me. Usually it would annoy me to have someone just ask ridiculous questions, but they're funny as shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're funny. There is
Yeah.
no stupid
Well,
question if you seriously don't know. Here, this is a stupid question, right? Let's just act this out. Mom, can I watch TV? And you say no, right? Go ahead. Mom, can I watch TV?
No.
Can I watch TV in like 5 minutes?
No.
Can I watch it on my Switch? Can I watch YouTube on my Switch?
If I say no, it's no.
Those are
no,
dumbass questions. Because you already know the answer.
See, my son would say that was a dumbass answer because he would be like, well, why is it no? That's what my son would say. He'd be like, why? Well, because I said so. Well, that's not a good answer. That's what he says to me.
Oh, God. This is better to ask. I mean, Mo gets to hear my kids. I'll be like, why are you asking so many questions? Because you said it makes my brain bigger. Okay?
Yet every day you got to tell them to put lotion on.
Every day. I say the same thing every day.
Every day. Yeah. I am there for the conversation. Put lotion on, eat your breakfast, get dressed. Every day is the same thing, but yet their brains are getting bigger. But somehow they can't remember that. So see, this is why I don't feel dumb asking these questions because I'm sure somebody wants to know. And honestly, you guys, I ask a lot of questions that like I've tried to Google the answer and I may be like, either there's just so much different information out there that I can't really get a straight answer. Or I'm like, like the cleaning product thing. Like if something says new and improved, but you've never seen it, it's a new product. How is it improved? How do you Google that? Like the marketing genius behind the term new and improved. I don't know. I'm just like, that's like a.
If it's new, then how is it new and improved?
Exactly.
Well, it should
new
be, and
it's be the best.
It's an improved ingredient, right? Than what's already out there.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only dumb question is the one Mo asked. No.
Oh.
I mean,
who said that?
Holly. Holly. No, the dumbest question that Mo asked me was like, you ever wonder how fast sperm travels? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the start. That was how we started the show. That was how we started Mind of Mo.
What?
No, I didn't wonder. I said, Soonie, did you know that sperm moves at 25 miles an hour once it enters the vagina? Yeah, I knew how, but I was like blown away.
And I just sat there like, I don't even think I said anything besides what?
Right. Because then my next thing was get in your car, okay, and just put the pedal to the metal and drive at 25 miles an hour and then ask yourself, how do I not feel that? Like there's millions of sperms going at 25 miles an hour inside of you. How are you not on the wall, like glued to the wall? Like you're just like, oh God. Maybe that's why, I don't know.
Because wait, you didn't say ejaculation. You said how fast does it travel?
When there's ejaculation.
Oh. Well, it's not a continuous speed, so that would be like, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Someone says you don't feel it.
I mean, sometimes, but you're not feeling it like you should feel. Like I'm saying, like there's millions moving at 25 miles an hour. I mean, you should be like, it should be like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? We're not going to get into all that.
Right. It doesn't feel like what you think it feels like. Like there is no like, It doesn't feel like
What
that.
do you? Yeah, like if you took like a squeezy bottle
Yeah,
and just
just
like
like
squirted it,
or like turn the hose
yeah,
on real quick. It doesn't feel like that. It
yeah,
doesn't feel like.
it
Yo,
doesn't.
it's funny that a guy's asking this. Like, well, don't you feel it? No.
Well, because we're not. If we were just like a dry tunnel of air, yeah, we would
Yeah.
feel that. But we have our own things going on in there as well.
Right.
So
You don't feel that.
how
Yeah.
do we move into that?
I
Yeah.
don't because someone asked a question. Because of your mind of Mo questions, they are so random. All of
See,
them.
I'm making you guys smarter because now you guys are gonna like pay attention to the world around you, and ask the same questions I ask. You're welcome.
Why do I feel like this is the opening of Look Who's Talking? When those,
I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
I love that movie.
I've heard otherwise, but I digress. Yeah.
They lying to you, honey.
You don't feel shit.
Well, let me say this. It's possible. It is possible. But
you're not
if you've heard
feeling
it-
that though. Like you're not feeling that. You feel something, but it's not
Yeah.
that.
It's
If
not
we
what
talk,
you think
it'll
it
be too
is.
graphic. That's just not. No, we can't talk.
It's
about
not
that on
what
here.
you think it is. Yeah. I mean, case in point, if you've ever seen your own stuff come out, it doesn't come out like a shooting like flame of like sperm. It's not like that. So that's what it is, okay?
Guys, go buy some merch in Jesus' name. Go get this Grace and Mercy line. It is available.
Mercy.
It is live. It's on there. We're going to be dropping some joggers soon. We just have to find a perfect pair to go with these shirts and hoodies. And go get some hats. Go get a bunch of merch from us. Please scan this QR code here. Go support. All the money goes back into what we do. Promotion, shows, roadcasters, travel, because people want to see us go around and do all these different things. It costs money.
Right. Don't you want to see us confront fat people on the airplane?
Dude.
Donate.
I swear I would do it.
Yeah.
I swear.
Oh, by the way, you guys, okay, so tomorrow is Gabby's last big test with the flight attendant school. And then she is graduating. So I need everybody's prayers. Please, please pray that because there is no room for error on this test. If she does not pass this test, she has spent an entire month
She'll
all
pass
to go
it.
home. She will pass it. Okay. So we need everybody's prayers. But if she passes it, guess what? Then I get to fly at an extremely discounted rate and I can go all over the place. So that's why we need your prayers. And then Mo will be worldwide. I can go see Soonie. I can send Soonie a ticket to come see me. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We can go around and
dude, we could take
interviews.
over. We could take over Oki.
Oh
Just saying.
Lord!
If
I'd
Mo's
probably
here,
get locked up.
Dude, I would definitely cut up with you here. I won't do it by myself, but if you're here, we'll have fun.
Well, because I'll talk you into doing stuff that you never do,
right?
Ever. Kyle
would usually be like, see, he's the like logical side of me. Like, don't do that. No, you want to have fun, but no, don't do that. We'll see.
Yeah. And see, I would be like the little devil on your shoulder. I'd be like, do it. I'd be like, hey, Soonie, where do the trannies hang out in town? Like, let's go over there.
Dude, I don't even freaking know because they're so far and few and in between. I freaked out when I saw the trannies at the store, though.
Yeah.
I flipped out.
Yeah. For those of you guys that are saying I'm just dressed like a genie, I actually just finished up doing Mind to Mo. So if you want to catch Mind to Mo, you got to hit the rewind button after we're done and you can watch it.
There you go. People want you to take this on the road. The whole segment of Mo asking questions to random people. Especially, you can ask these questions to Japanese people. That'd be even funny.
Lord. What did you say the letter is? What is the letter the Japanese people don't pronounce?
L.
Is it L? Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Hello. No, it's R. Hello.
Hello. Dude, I would get so
He said that to me at the gate. I'm talking to Mo. And I was trying so hard not to laugh, bro. Because I was giving him my ID and he said, hello. And he was talking and I just sat there and smiled. I just looked at him and smiled. Like, all right, give me my stuff back, bro.
You know what we never talked about was the time I was on the phone with you and you got pulled over and your car was searched. Remember?
Oh yeah.
But you went fucking silent, but like I could hear what was going on. And I was like, what if something happened to Soonie? Like, what if some bad situation happened? Like, what would I do from here? What if I heard Soonie get like beat down by the cops? Like, what would I do? Dude, nothing happened. She like this, I guess it was typical
Yeah.
that you get your car searched at the gate.
Well, you would just go
But from
live and
my
be like, dude, I just heard Soonie get beat the fuck up. And then somebody would contact Kyle.
how are they gonna I can't even contact Kyle.
Yeah, you can.
How are they gonna contact?
He's on my
I don't
Facebook.
even Oh,
I'll tell
well,
him to
I
add
didn't
you. He doesn't get on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I'll tell him to add you.
Or just send me his contact info on WhatsApp so if there's an emergency, I
Oh,
can
I
like message
can.
him.
I'll text you his number. Chicken fried lice.
Dude, I like the Mind of Mo Street Edition.
Hello, my name is
Hello.
Rory. Harry.
That's funny.
Let me get off here. I'm being racist. Ah, that is funny. I've had mine searched
Yeah.
twice. Dude, you don't get to say. They're like, all right, pull over. We're searching your car. So even if I had some shit in there, I wouldn't be able to like, no, you can't search my car. That's why Americans are so spoiled. Shut up. If you don't want a cop to search your car, you can say, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Soonie was super compliant, by the way. She was super compliant.
Yeah, there's no reason.
And it
to
was
be
quick.
extra.
Like they checked her out and then they let her go. And that was it.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We're going to be doing a sooner show than Friday because we have a conflict in our schedule. What day do we pick again? I forgot.
I think we were gonna like literally, I don't know.
Is it back to back?
We said we might have to do back to back. We didn't really settle. I can't do Friday because Gabby's graduating and she's coming home. So
we'll probably be back tomorrow and just do something impromptu since we don't want to miss the first week of us being here twice. But next week we'll be back on our regular schedule.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something for sure. It probably won't be 2 hours and almost 40 minutes.
No, not at all. No. See y'all
All
later.
Right. Well, thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Is it gonna go or what?
Awkward.
Like, what the fuck?
Awkward.